Righto. Good to go. Just minimise that again. Good to go. That's it.
Good to go.
So yeah, so when we want to, just that'll unmute you, and then that'll get you.
Oh well, we're nearly ready to go. It's 3 minutes too. Might watch us. You ready to go, boys?
Going.
Good to go.
That's an old number.
Who?
Simon Curtis.
Yeah, 28 he's wearing.
29.
29 is it?
Is this his first came back?
Yes.
He wore 29 a couple of years ago, before Rada finished up.
Are we ready? Good to go?
Yep.
Welcome to this round 13 clash of NEAFL football here from Manuka Oval in Canberra. It is 12 v 13. Belconnen Football Club taking on the Eastlake Demons. Joining me in the commentary today are two of the injured stars from the Eastlake Football Club in Chris Robinson and Mitch Frail. Great to have you to the program, boys.
Thanks, mate. Thanks for having us.
Just good to be back again, Davo.
Yeah, a long time between drinks for the footy. Obviously, with the representative program last week, there was no local games of footy. But I think it's been a while since Eastlake's played at Manuka. Is that right, Mitcho?
Oh, no, we played Ainsley here a couple of weeks ago, but yeah, I mean, it's good deck. It's always good to be back here at home. Had a few training sessions here this year, which is nice. So hopefully, you know, get a bit of home ground advantage today. It'd be nice.
Yeah, we'll go out and we'll tip a few winners shortly. But how's the injury coming along, Mitch?
Oh, it's not too bad. It's I'm definitely out for the season, but you know, walking around a bit more, get the boot off this weekend, so that should be nice.
It's great to have you here in the central commentary position. And Chris, obviously close to playing, a couple of weeks away, I'm led to believe.
Yeah, hopefully only about 3 weeks, maybe 4 at a max, Davo.
Yeah, great to have you back up in the box today. So we look forward to a contest. I guess I won't ask you guys for tips, but it's pretty obvious. I actually think the Bennett factor might get the Belconnen Magpies home today. The lack of wiles and experienced midfielders in the Eastlake side may have a little bit to count for it, but nonetheless, Eastlake have been on the upward journey, playing a lot of the kids, in particular Shay Darcy. Keep your eye on him, the number 31. Also out there is the number 5 in Dan O'Connell. Another guy that's new to the ranks is Matthew Denham, the number 10, and also Tim Clary. And there's a couple of notable additions, exclusions, I guess. Benny House is out injured today, so that's another blow to the senior ranks. Of course, they're missing 6 or 7 of their top line players, the Eastlake Demons. So it's going to be a real test of wet weather football here today at Manuka Oval for this round 13 clash. Of course, 12 v 13, and you'll get all the action live through neafl.com.au. So, boys, where's it going to be won and lost today?
In the wet, it's always in the midfield, I think. Having Simon Curtis, looks like he's back for his maybe first, second game for the year, and then having sort of the Bennett boys through there, it's going to be wet day, always one in there. But I think the injuries, although we have a lot of injuries, is sort of the positive is giving our young kids a bit of a chance. Blokes like Will Crowder and some of the names you just mentioned have sort of stepped up and look like they're probably, you know, good senior footballers for the next sort of 10 years. So it's given a bit of experience that'll definitely help us down the track, sort of next year in a few years' time.
I think the other positive too to come out of what could be viewed as a dim season in terms of wins and losses, but you know, the form of Hayden Armstrong in the back half as well. He's added another dimension to his game, much to his dismay. He doesn't want to play in the back half, but I think they've found something down there.
Told him, I think, a couple of weeks ago, don't play too well down there, mate. You'll be stuck there. But I mean, he's one of the best kicks in the team and very fit, and so it's sort of an ideal spot for him. They can use his run and use his kicking ability to great effect.
We're just about to get set here for bounce down for the first quarter here, and it looks like it's going to be a former Belconnen boy in the ruck, Jai Bohm, to do battle with Big Porter. I think it is the number 13, crossed in the off-season, did Jai Bohm, up against Porter, but it was Bohm who got first hands to the footy, and he brought it to the ground, but it's quickly shuffled out to the ball magnet in Bennett. Now it's out to Harper. Bennett on the hands, and he scoops the ball forward, and it goes only as far as the number 19 in Matthew Porter. So good to see Simon Curtis back. Look, he's wearing an unfamiliar number in 29. I believe he did wear it a couple of seasons ago, well, probably many moons away. He was used to wearing the number 8 jumper, So good to see him after a long layoff with a shoulder injury. But they clear it out of the middle of the pack there after the boundary line throw-in, and it's Pat Delaney chasing after the footy, but it's met there by the Belconnen player, and Tim Clowry wraps him up in a hurry, and he was tackling there. He was Daniel Posh. He's made a re-emergence as a footballer through the season 2014 as well. But it's Joshua Moody, the number 1. He is unmarked. He gets a chance to put it inside the forward 50 for the Demons. Looking down there for Big Gibson, who attempts the one-hander. It should have been a free kick there. They dove into the back of the Belconnen player. The Eastlake player is now appealing for the ball, but the umpire says, I'll have it, about 35 metres from the Eastlake goal. So promising start to the Demons.
It's always good having big Chad back for his first game, back in the forward line. Just gives us that target that we probably were lacking for a few weeks there, having sort of, I think our average games at one stage was 200, or total games was about 220 in our forward line. I think Poe had about 200 of them at one stage.
Well,
so it's good having Big Gibbo just to write a contest for us and a bit of leadership down there, which is
as
nice.
They bring it away through Turnbull, the speedy Ryan Turnbull. Turnbull brings it out towards Posh. He just got a fist on it out there towards Delaney. Cleaver in the long sleeves or the three-quarter sleeves. Timmy Cleaver probably found the going a little bit tough through season 2. There's had to shoulder a lot of the midfield load in there, and it's out towards Moody, onto Cleaver again. Cleaver with a quick handball out towards Clowry. Clowry dodges a bullet in Posh, and he puts it forward, looking down there for Pocock. And now Aaron Bruce doing a lot of the work. A-la soccer skills there. Ryan Turnbull picks it up cleanly. This has got to be careful in these wet conditions, but they bring it out nicely through there, through Chris Jansen. Jansen has a bounce now, and come up to him too. So it is a great deck out here at Star Trek Oval in Manuka, and it went out there towards, I think it wasn't James Bennett. I think it was Curtis out there on the wing, was it? The number 29. I can't see that far out, but anyway, the umpires called play on, and it was Shea Darcy who got a quick kick off the boot, tried to put it inside the forward 50 for the D's, but they've spotted it up, and they've spotted up Alexi Bennett in the middle of the ground. He goes to the first forward 50 for the Belconnen Magpies. It's going to beat them all and just dribble over the boundary line for a boundary line throw in. And I see Brenton Joyce is down there in the long sleeves. Is it the 25 for the Belconnen Magpies? No, not the long sleeves. No long sleeves. He's got the short sleeves on. There's a couple of long sleeves out there.
Talking tattoo sleeves,
the ever-present tattoo sleeves. And it's just gone straight out to York. York got a quick handball over to Porter. Porter with a quick chip out there towards Curtis. Curtis with one of those big bombs inside the forward 50. Down there looking for Bunyan, I think it was. Dominic Bunyan. And what's the umpire said here? It'll be a mark free kick, and it's a mark there to the Eastlake Demons. And that's a good mark there. So the number 33 is Michael Ryan, back in the seniors this week. So Ryan with a quick kick out and was punched there by Matty Dennon, double hander over towards Bohm. Bohm got an up and under out there towards Gibson, but I think it's going to beat them all and be out of bounds on the full for a free kick to the Belconnen Magpies. Right at half back, 0-0 is the score here. 4 minutes gone. Of course, Eastlake hosting their premiership reunions for the Manuka Football Club. Of course, their emerged entity now, the Eastlake Demons. It's out towards Moody. Moody jinking around, goes to his preferred right foot there, and it was a good kick. He put it out there towards that of, I think it was Nathan Wood, is it? Nathan Wood, the number 59. It is Nathan Wood, isn't it? And he's put it out of bounds on the full.
Yeah, I think young Dino Bierman, I think the boys will let him know, just had to put on a little shepherd there and tell Woody had plenty of time, because I think he probably could have had another 10 metres he could have probably run and gone into an open goal. So it's just a bit of inexperience there by a couple of young fellas. But
yeah,
sure
they'll learn from that. So nonetheless, that was a good effort there from Nathan Wood. Again, another one of those youngsters we've spoken about that's been highlighted at the senior level. Look like they're going to have some good long careers in front of them. So that's a what could be deemed doom and gloom. Oh, there's a 50-metre penalty against Joshua Moody for James Bennett. This will bring him within range, bring him about 40 out. Will take his best kick. He gets a chance to put the first score on the board here at Star Trek Oval in Manuka. Of course, 2 wins for the season to the Belconnen Magpies and the solitary win to the Demons. Which way will it pan out today? James Bennett, 35 metres out. The rain stayed away, so it's not ideal for football, but it's not the worst conditions we've seen.
It's definitely one we've got to watch, I think, in these conditions. I think James is probably one of the few players one of the few players we sort of picked out that can probably take this game apart, especially in the wet. He's a very good contested footballer, and just have to make sure he gets his limited amount of footy as possible, I think.
It's very well said there, Mitch. Couldn't agree more. He is a ball magnet, he's James Bennett. And as the ball was brought out quickly there through the Eastlake defence, but handballed under the ground there was Ben Turnbull, brother of Ryan. But it's into Moody. He's had a lot of the footy early as Joshua Moody. He looks like he's freed up a little bit, playing with a bit of freedom. And it'll be a boundary line throw in about 65 metres from the Eastlake goal. So a couple of encouraging results. We spoke about Bierman. He's progressed at this level. Nathan Woods obviously a find. The continued development of Shay Darcy. Matty Denham looks like he might develop. And the long sleeve 6 is Cummins wearing the captain's number.
Yeah. So, Johnny wasn't too happy the other week. He was wearing the long sleeve and actually got in a bit of a scuffle and ripped it.
So it is not John Van Moers. He hasn't lost a heap of weight overnight. It is in fact David Cummins, the former Lion rookie listed player. It's out there towards that of Gibson, and it was taken away there by the number 4 for Belconnen in Isaac Taylor. Taylor gets it down there towards Armstrong. It clean bowled him. It didn't clean bowl Timmy Clowry. He puts it into the top of the square. Made a contest out of it. Bierman, which way will it go? It was touched off the boot. So clever work there by Gibson. That's the presence the big fella has down at the ground there. He brings the other ground level players in it, and Bierman, he did all the right things there, and the Belconnen defender got his hand in the way. So the first score for the Demons on the board.
Oh, good hands. Looks like Darce coming in. A few shots on goal. I think we just need to be a bit cleaner with the skills in the wet. Take a bit more time, a bit more care in our disposal.
A bit panicky there. I think he just thought he was under more pressure than he was. Take a few steps, steady up.
All part of the learning and development, of course. The youngsters coming straight out of the under-18s at the Maris program did Shay Darcy over towards Channon, who continues his development as a big fella in the competition. Matthew Channon, of course, crossing in the off-season from the Tuggeranong Hawks.
It's probably another one with a big job today against Big Porter. Likes to use his size and his bulk.
Look, it's a great learning curve for Matty Channon, and we saw him earlier in the season in the under-23s where I thought he really shone as a big fella, and they do take time to develop, so he's one worth persevering with because they don't grow on trees that big, trust me. It's out towards Joyce. He got a hands in the back there. Just trailing him in the back there was the number 25 from the Demons. I think that's Grange McMahon, brother of Xavier McMahon. So he was lucky he didn't give the free kick away, and that's a good work there by Matty Channon. That should be free kick because no attempt has been made. Absolutely. Good tackle, Matty Channon. It would have been easy for the big fella to dive in the back, but he's the recipient of the free kick right in the middle of the ground. He goes sideways, looking out there for Kirk Mann. The ever-reliable Kirk Mann out towards Denham with those little toe pokers. The number 10 puts it down towards Gibson. Gibson tries to take on 2 or 3. The ball's come out in that contest, a la rugby league style, and it's now a contest on the ground, and it's just shuffled out by the Belconnen defenders, and it's gone over there towards that of Isaac Taylor. Taylor gets a clearing kick out there, looking for his fellow Belconnen teammate, but it beats them all. Right on centre wing here at Star Trek Oval in Monaca. It's 1-1, 9 minutes down in this round 13 clash. The other key players for the Belconnen Magpies in season, I see the coach Jeremy Rose sits out today, so another must be some ongoing injuries, but it's out towards Harper. Harper in the middle of the ground, looks down there. There was a hand in the shoulder there, but should have been a free kick. But
it's Bunyan in the long sleeves.
I think it's Bunyan in the long sleeves, and it's taken away by the 31, and the number 31 is Tom Alexander. Alexander, of course, if you looked at the NEFA website over the past couple of days, the Brisbane Lions list populated the Belconnen Magpies. I think they were wishing, hoping, praying. So they'd love a couple of the players that were listed for there. So apologies if you couldn't get the Magpies downloadable version off the NEFA website.
It's a bit of a matchup, just seen in the forward line. I think it looks like Ryan Turnbull has gone to young Dean Bierman. It's an interesting one because, you know, especially the past couple of weeks, Turnbull's had a lot of footy and can rack him up, and he's pretty dangerous when he gets on the spread. However, coming the other way, I think Dino probably has him for a bit of height in the air, and a couple of times Dino's been a bit loose when Eastlake's been coming forward. So it's just going to be an interesting matchup to see sort of who gets on top there, whether it's Ryan getting run and carry or Dean with the ball, with Eastlake coming forward. Interesting
one we'll watch with interest, which will allow you to do throughout the day, Mitcho. But it's out towards Bennett. He thumps the ball forward to his brother in Lexi, who ducked the head, and the umpire said that should be holding the ball. The umpire said no, but I'll have it. So no genuine attempt to. It really does need some clarification, because at the AFL level, all of the decision making just filters down, and we saw a classic example of it there. So Gorner's the old, grab the bloke, tackle him, and when he drops the ball, he drops the ball. So
especially in the case there, where you got a guy who goes in and ducks the head and looks almost for a free kick deliberately. You got to, if he's not going to make an attempt, you got to ping him and make it consistent.
Absolutely, Chris, and it's like a professional foul almost, isn't it, from the guy, because he's not attempting to make the play.
Yeah.
So it's just how far the game has come, forward or backwards. Like it or love it or hate it, one of the two. But it doesn't do the game any good. But just a shove there was Bennett. Crowder got a shove on Bennett, and you'll have to do that all day to stop him from getting near the footy. So well done to Will Crowder.
It looks like Will might have a bit of a job on Bennett there. Good young kid, nice, loves a bit of in and under, a bit of niggle. So it should be an interesting one.
As
Bennett
gets
right
a clearance. Bennett shuffled the handball out. I
hope he left his football at home today.
And it's a mark there to the number 22 in Posh. And the umpire, has he paid a push in the back? No, he hasn't.
Oof, pointed the wrong way.
So,
my first time
Range McMahon out bodied there by Daniel Posh for another shot on goal for the Magpies at the 12-minute mark. Looking for our first major of the afternoon in this round 13 clash. So awkward kicking style, but nonetheless effective. So that's the first score on the board to Daniel Posh for the Belconnen Magpies in the first major for the afternoon. So it takes the score to 7-1, 1 goal, 1-7 to Eastlake's 1 behind. The other thing, I guess, for the Demons, where are they going to get their goals from to win today? Because I think the midfielders really need to chime in with 2 or 3. Hopefully Gibson kicks a couple, and then some of the other smaller forwards, and then you get a reasonable target where you're up around that 12, 13 goals.
I guess that's where we have been struggling a bit, just through lack of experience, and I guess a severe lack of height as well, with sort of Hayden Armstrong having to go back in the back line. But I think Ash Pocock's found a bit of form in the past couple of weeks, kicking bags of sort of 3 and 4, and then with Big Gibbo hopefully bringing it to ground, some of our smalls can get in the action in the wet. So I think
hopefully Dean Beerman as well. He got on the end of a couple, not last week, the week before. Be good to see him chime in with a few.
And there's a former prolific goal kicker now playing in defence, Chris York, out towards Bohm, the former Belconnen product. It comes out there, and it's out there towards that of Sam Askew, who's just returned from the Rams under-18s. Of course, they had a good win against Northern Territory a couple of weeks ago. Sam Askew out towards Armstrong onto the end of the Curtis kick. Attacked that solid. He looks like he's got the job on Andrew Dess.
Be good to see who wins that one. A couple of big engines there at centre forward for Belconnen.
Those elite running players. Big Gibson got up high, out down towards Beerman, but it beat them all over the boundary line. So Big Gibson's got up a mile. It wouldn't be a soft fall either.
Wouldn't want to be under him, that's for sure.
So, of course, many of you may not know, but his partner was responsible for the North Melbourne Sarita King, for the North Melbourne Indigenous design, and it was certainly proving very popular amongst AFL circles. So great little bit of a connection for the local fraternity here. Of course, I believe there's one coming up at auction on the 25th of July at the Eastlake Businessman's Long Lunch. Tickets $120 available from the club. I think the guest speaker is none other than the Skull, Kerry O'Keefe, so that'll be an interesting afternoon. Friday the 25th of July, $120 a ticket, so it's O'Connell lining up for goal. I think Dan O'Connell, there's one that we've spoken about, so he gets the Demons' first major on the board. He'll have to kick a couple if they're going to go close to pulling off a victory today, so... But so far it seems to be holding their own. It's a real battle out here today in testing conditions. 5 degrees maximum. Lights are on. 2 o'clock in the afternoon in the nation's capital.
One of those games you don't mind being injured for, I think.
Are you saying you're a fair weather footballer, Mitchell?
Be a bit warmer player.
I'd say I'm
sitting up here, I reckon.
I'm a bad kicker the best of times, and then when it's wet and windy, it just makes it look even worse.
It's just too far from your hand to your foot, mate.
Yeah, it doesn't do you any favours in the wet.
It's a remarkable surface out here. Of course, it's going to be used for the World Cup cricket. Of course, they're accepting nominations for volunteers today. So if you're looking for food here at Star Trek Oval, it's moved into the old canteen position. But good hands there out from O'Connell. And it was down to Gibson again. And Bierman flied. That's where they've got to learn to work it out. Out towards Pocock. Gibson got caught. But that tower of strength out towards Bierman. Shuffled about. And it's out towards Cleaver. Cleaver gets it onto the left boot. Puts it around there. And I think it's going to just dribble through for a minor score. So Timmy Cleaver, he registers his first a minor for the afternoon, and Eastlake second.
Getting a bit of experience, I think. Dino not used to playing with maybe someone who's bigger than him in size and in height, and just sort of seemed to fly there when Gibbo had the sit and sort of almost could have stayed front and centre and got the ball
there,
on the way
where
through.
Came from almost 4 deep to try and come over the top. You're just not going to take a mark in that situation, especially when it's wet.
Here's the man we spoke about earlier. It's Ryan Turnbull right on the 50. Launched one there out towards Des, but it was they just got that. I thought the goal umpire was a little bit quick in signalling behind when it actually hadn't gone through, but nonetheless, he signalled behind. Thank God for Grange McMahon. The Belconnen player looked like he towed it through.
Don't know what was happening.
That's the sort of run and carry I was talking about with Ryan Turnbull. Just can really break lines and can be quite dangerous.
So it's out towards Crowder, onto Denham. Denham doesn't have a right foot. Now it goes out towards Cummins. He puts it out towards Pocock. He got his hands to it, beat 2 or 3, and he gets a little kick around the corner in front of Jansen and Taylor. It's Jansen who was the victor on this occasion, out towards Bennett. Bennett with a little chip out there towards his brother. It's like backyard footy. It's out towards Crowder. He gets it out to Cummins again. Cummins shuffles it back into Bruce. Bruce back, pirouette, out towards Bennett. Bennett balked, out to Joyce. Joyce gets it on the boot. Brenton Joyce down there towards that of Bunyan. No, it's not Bunyan. It's another long sleever in I can't pick it up right at this point in time. It's the number 5 in Lockie Harper. He put it down to Bunyan. The run of Dominic Bunyan. He's missed it. The goal umpire says he's hit the post. He must have hit the padding there. So running into an open goal, Dom Bunyan.
Really filthy.
Filthy is an understatement.
Ones like that in the wet, I think they're the ones you need to kick.
They're very,
That's a
very
coach killer if ever I've seen one.
costly. Denham, that little awkward kicking style, the jam tin kicking style, out there towards that of Sammy Smith. Smith is pursued by Bunyan, tackled when not in possession, but it was cleverly picked up over there by, I think it was
Benny Scott.
Ben Scott, another one on debut. Been impressive in the Canberra AFL first grade competition as Benny Scott. And there's Taylor, he goes backwards. I don't like the style of play that Belconnen are playing at the moment.
They're looking to get the ball, I think, to their good users. You look at Turnbull, he's racking them up. Jimmy Bennett, Lexi Bennett, getting plenty of the footy, and that's probably the way they're going to play, but probably bring it into the corridor a bit much with some 50-50 kicks. And in wet with the footy, it's not going to pay off.
It's out towards Ryan Bradley, but nonetheless we'll follow it home there, and I think it was taken away there by Benny Turnbull. Turnbull got it down there towards that of, and it's fumbled over the boundary line. And it's fumbled over there by, is it Ash Maloney?
Young Grange, I think. Grange McMahon there.
I thought it was the 26, is it?
No. 25.
A 25, Grange McMahon. It was Grange McMahon, but the stoppage, and it's just onto the boot there of Harper. And Moody faded a little bit. He was very prominent early. The first 10-12 minutes was Joshua Moody. So it's 1 point in it. Belconnen 139, Eastlake 128, round 13. So, just got a live footy score. It is the Gold Coast Suns leading the Hawthorn Football Club by a point. A long time to go in that game yet. The Hawkies. So they might be a real smoky for the AFL finals, the Gold Coast Suns. Not doing too well in the NEFL competition and could last in the competition. So I don't think it'll worry them too much if they get that senior side in where they need to be. And here should be a shot on goal, and it was a handball back there towards that of Delaney, was it? No, it was Alexander, the number 31, and it's resolute in defence. The Eastlake defenders out towards Bunyan. He threw that out. It should have been a free kick out towards Darcy, and they're playing like a game of volleyball out there. Clary decides, blow this, we'll get it on the boot. He hacks it in the ground out there towards the runner, Bruce. Bruce did it well. He turned his opponent inside out from 65 out. Will it go through on the dribble? Aaron Bruce, you betcha. Too good, too skillful. Aaron Bruce, he gets the Demons second, and they go to 2-2-14 to Belconnen 1-3-9. Clever work from Aaron Bruce, boys.
Yeah, I think that's just set up just from Tim Clary, just knowing the conditions. Get it long on a hard surface through the middle, got the bounce, and then Aaron Bruce kick it a long way and get a run through. Always a good finisher.
That's what you need, experienced players standing up. You get a chance like that, you nail it and puts the pressure back on Belconnen.
The thing that Aaron did is he didn't allow his opponent to get goal side, and he stayed on the goal side and turned him inside out. So a valuable lesson there, and well done to Aaron Bruce. Dobbed one from about 60. Again, played the conditions, as you said. Timmy Clary thought, no, let's just get it out of here. So the unique shape football there, Channon. His centre work is absolutely impeccable. So here's another one that's not listed in the program. The number 1 for the Belconnen Magpies. We'll find out who that is. So it's O'Connell in the middle of the ground out towards Moody, racking them up. Moody out there towards Bruce, and it just bounced off his chest, and it still creates an opportunity. I think it's down there for Nathan Wood. Wood gets it, slamming it on the boot, and almost taken there by Ash Pocock, but the Belconnen defender in Jansen stood resolute, and it's through for a minor score.
I think it's wetter out there than it looks. Ball's sliding up everyone and everything.
Yeah. Like a light mist out here for this round 13 clash. That is Grange McMahon. Just fell into the opponent there. Had to be careful. The umpire said no. Play on. And out there to Ryan. Can't pick him with the haircut. He's cut that ponytail off the top of his head as Mike Ryan.
We've been doing all year about it.
So the Joshua Bruce look no good for him anymore. So it must have been, of course, he was nominated the best player for AFL Canberra a couple of weeks ago here under lights against the Sydney AFL in a representative fixture. And it's out there towards O'Connell, showing some tough stuff in the middle of the contest there. Out there towards Moody, who got a little clever toe onto it. Out towards Bennett, sliding through on it. Crowder, like you said, he's on his hands and knees, fighting tooth and nail for the footy. He won't give it up, Will Crowder. Out there towards that of Alexander. Alexander got it on the boot. Out there towards Channon. Channon doesn't panic with the footy. Found the runner, Clary. Clary gets it in front of Bosch and puts it forward. There could be a money ball. Could go anywhere. Don't worry about that. Dan O'Connell with a solid tackle there. Out there towards Pocock. Pocock with a clever little kick. And it's only as far as Big Porter filling in the hole there. Matthew Porter, he should look to pressure his kick here because he's not the best kick, is Matty Porter. There you go, he goes short with the bailout kick.
About 7 metres that kick, I reckon, Davo.
7 metres, you picked it. It should have been play on, but there is the error that they were looking for, and it's down towards that of, I think it's Wood again, is it? No, he puts it straight down there out towards Cummins. Cummins is wrapped up in a solid tackle, and it's come out somehow.
No communication there from the two defenders. Drop it onto the chest of one of them, and Porter put a hand up and went straight over the top and dropped into Cummo's breadbasket.
So, but there was enough of the Belconnen defenders there. 24 minutes gone in this first quarter at Eastlake 2-3-15, Belconnen 1-3-9, and that'll be a...
Oh, there we go. Deliberate through the post there from the rough.
Against...
Porter.
No, Bennett, I think it was James Bennett. So that'd be the first we've seen that all season. No genuine attempt without pressure.
No, it was from the ruck, I think.
Was it?
That is a ruck
tapped it on the full. Yeah.
So it is a free kick straight off the bat.
Cleaver.
Timmy Cleaver.
Oh, Magic.
Benny Cleaver. Smack on the woodwork. Bang.
Hear it from up
1
here.
point.
Looked good from where we were sitting.
So the 20, Ben Cleaver, he's had a couple of shots on goal. It's out there towards Curtis. Curtis got it on there towards Adams. Adams Now it comes down towards centre wing, looking down there for Joyce. He was muscled under the footy, and it was good defensive work there from the Eastlake player in Askew. Just pulled his player off the ball there very cleverly and didn't allow him to get goal side of him. So well done to Sam Askew.
Another young fella. He's coming through the ranks, played some good footy in the Rams. Hopefully, another one who'll hopefully be around for a fair few years to come.
It's good to see, isn't it? Of course, Bierman's played in that program out towards Denham. He's been another one of the fine in and under the footy. He doesn't shirk it. Matty Denham, the number 10.
Loves the footy when it's on the ground. It's only about, it's not very far down for him, so.
Taylor made conditions for Matthew Denham today.
Blood rule for Sam Smith.
Sam Smith's been ordered off with the blood rule, so Shay Darcy comes on. One speedster for another. And it's dead set Falcon Channon there out of the ruck contest, but nonetheless it was put into the forward 50 there from the Belconnen Magpies. And it is going to be one of these scrappy games where the ball is going to spend more time on the ground than it will in the air. So,
with that sort of attitude, Davo. Ooh.
So plenty of feeling out there. Ooh, Joyce is just...
Joyce's, that's two he's thrown there.
I think he might be in a little bit of trouble, is Brenton Joyce with the brain snap.
I don't think he's realised that they put Neefel on video on like Div 1.
It's interesting. It's, because he's getting into some of the young fellas. I don't know. You might have to pick your targets, don't you? You wouldn't want to get into a McMahon. He does have the last name McMahon, yes. And everyone that knows Xavier McMahon, he's a lot similar in the way he goes about his footy.
Silent achievers, they're called, Mitchell. So nonetheless, back to the footy at centre wing, and they bring the ball inside the forward 50. Gibson crunches the pack and allows Channon out there towards Armstrong. Armstrong can have a shot at goal here at the 50. Is Hayden Armstrong. He saw the big sticks, went for them, and he's piloted it out of bounds on the full. Hayden Armstrong. He didn't have a lot of other options, mind you.
He forgot he's a backman these days. Hasn't practiced like a backman.
Backmen are supposed to kick those ones. So you can give tell the forwards how it's done.
So creating plenty of pressure with their one-on-one contest. It's out there towards, is that Cleary that put it in there? No, it wasn't. It was Mike Ryan. It's just those little 1%ers that let Mike Ryan down at times. So it's out there towards Harper. Harper with a quick handball over there towards Taylor. Taylor goes down the line, looking down there for, I think it's Bunyan. Bunyan jumped at it. He didn't quite get it. So doing a good defensive job down there of the Eastlake defenders. They're standing resolute under plenty of ball coming down. Cleary in the middle of the ground. Out there towards Pocock.
He's had a very good start to the game, Timmy Cleary. He just seems to be very clean in the wet for a young fella.
He's been taught well, coached well through the junior ranks, I'd suggest, Mitchell, because he's playing the perfect brand of wet weather football. And we get a few wet days here in Canberra, but it's amazing how quickly we forget how to play wet weather footy. So Ken Pocock bring home the prediction. Needs to kick a couple of Eastlake are going to be successful right on the siren. That's a good kick. He likes it. Eastlake like it. They get around him. He kicks the D's third right on the quarter-time siren. It is Eastlake leading the Belconnen Magpies 3-4-22 to 1-3-9. We'll be back shortly with more of the second half here at Star Track Oval in Manuka. Is that right?
Beautiful. Yeah, you turned off the headphones, eh?
Yep, turn the headphones off.
Round 13 or 14?
13, isn't it? I think it's 13.
I think it is too.
Yeah, it's 13. Well, that's as good as opening half of I've seen all year in terms of contest. Maybe that's why they're 12th and 13th respectively.
Clint, how'd you go? Get some nice footage of that little fracas down there?
Yeah.
Nice one.
Yeah.
Yeah, sweet. I think you called it exactly how it would have happened. Just a brain snap. Just yeah.
Brenton is prone to that. he's a ripping bloke though. He's a ripping bloke. Really good fella. Just that's all Brenton. Yeah, he does. He gets flustered, mate. That's what happens to him. He fucking been pumped up and.
Change that score, mate. Did you get that last one?
No.
Was it 22 or one? What are we doing up? That was me just clicking it. Look at that. That was grey, wasn't it?
Yeah. Working?
We've got the audio. Just have to turn that one back on.
Yeah.
That's all there. It's now on.
And I start this again, the red one.
Yeah, you see the red one.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
get that on, then the red one.
welcome back here for the second quarter of this round 13 clash between the Belconnen Magpies and the Eastlake Demons. Of course, the Eastlake Demons home game. They're leading the scoreboard 3-4-22 or 1-3-9. What'd you find out at quarter time, boys?
That it is cold
It is
outside.
very, very cold down on the ground. It was
wet.
actually snowing while we were down there, so...
There's been a vast change of conditions in the 5 minutes we've had as a break. It is absolutely snowing, sleeting out there now, so it's a handy lead the Demons have opened up here on the Belconnen Magpies. But I do believe that is the scoring end at Marnica, kicking towards the shops.
Yeah, there's a bit of breeze out there.
Very minor.
It's not too strong, but I think Berkey just sort of emphasised getting the ball forward, getting our hands on the footy first, and not messing around with it, and just
Went
getting
with the
it
footy
into the
always
forward
comes
line.
down to work rate and winning the contested footy.
There you go. That's exactly what it does, Chris, and it's out towards Shea Darcy. Also a bit of desire and a want to win, and just pumping the ball long at all occasions. And you see where you end up. But there seems to be plenty of spirit out there amongst the Eastlake players.
Yeah, I think that's...
They're getting around each other, and there was a nice roar coming from the quarter-time huddle. So I haven't seen that for a few weeks.
Yeah, I guess one thing about having some young kids in the team that no matter how inexperienced you are, you can bring your enthusiasm. You don't need
exactly right.
skills to bring enthusiasm.
Yeah, it's free enthusiasm. And the young kids have got a bucket loads of it. So, but nonetheless, going back to what could be cast as a disappointing season in terms of wins, let's not forget that the Demons have got 7 or 8 of their best out. You add a couple of experienced recruits to that side, and all of a sudden things can turn around pretty quickly for season 2015. So, all these good, for every bad, there's a good. But it's out there towards Bone. Bone puts it down there, inside there towards that of... and that was a good grab there by Porter. Just stood in the pack.
He's
Many
grabbed some
jumpers.
super glue at quarter time or something like that. He caught that.
And it's out towards Curtis. Tried to get it into the run of Turnbull. Turnbull went without of it. Ryan Turnbull, he's blessed with pace. He's Bugsy Turnbull, or Rabs Turnbull's his is his nickname, as he's affectionately known. And it's into the middle of the ground, out there towards Harper. Harper got it out towards Curtis. Curtis just laid it off there towards the run there of McCabe. But McCabe now, he puts it out there, and Armstrong leading the race doesn't have the impact that he had in season 2013. Andrew Dess, of course, he was one of the leading lights and leading goal kickers for the Belconnen Magpies.
Dossie's played him well so far.
He has. He's
Sitting
played
in front of him, cutting off the ball. The ball in the wet always falls a tiny bit shorter, and Dessie's got to stop giving up front side, or he'll get beaten to it all day.
Of course, he kicked 60 or 70 goals last year, one of the leading goal kickers, but he also had a couple of handy foils there. And it is the Tigers killing the Saints at quarter time. Richmond 38, playing St Kilda 8. So we'll keep you updated there. We'll try and get some NEFL scores from around the ground, see how the Tigers are taking on the Eagles at Bruce Purser. So we'll try and keep you updated. But nonetheless, it is the Demons 3-4-22 or 1-3-9. 12 plays 13. Is this the catch-up round for the wet weather?
3 weeks away, I think.
Is it? So they'll play again.
27th or 28th of July, I'm pretty sure that one
You can
is.
see both teams are sort of in that similar position. I know Belconnen have had a lot of injuries through their star players, with obviously the Bennett boys and Curtis
Rowe
and Rowe being sort of injured at
McGrath.
times.
Even now, Nick Collins on the sideline. Guys you'd like to have out there. Guys who
It's,
played a fair bit of
Hector's out.
So as much as we say Eastlake's probably struggling for numbers, I think it's probably almost about on an even keel.
I think the other thing that prompts a discussion there, Mitch, is we talk about the structure of the competition and moving forward, but it's out towards Curtis. We'll come back to that in a minute. No, it wasn't Curtis. Yes, it was Curtis. And it's out of bounds there for a boundary line throw-in. What it does highlight is it just shows that you need an underbelly. You need that we talk about the Swans and the Giants being so powerful. The reason they are powerful is because they have academies.
Yeah.
And they've got this wealth of talent just being able to pull them out. Imagine if Eastlake or Belconnen had this wealth of talent academy, they could just pull people out. So it's totally different, isn't it?
Oh, definitely.
The goalposts have changed from some
it's
years
a
ago.
bottomless pit of
Talent.
quality players, yeah.
And so, whereas we're forced to do it on a list of 42.
players.
So that's what people don't understand. So it's all in favour of the AFL clubs, isn't it? But it's out towards Bone. He played on quickly. That was a horrid kick there from Jai Bone. He should have settled down there, and it's put in there by the Magpies. And just a quarter-time score out of Sydney. It is the Hills Eagles 3-1, Queanbeyan 2-2. So, and that's a quick kick, and it's hit the post from the Magpies. So they registered their first score for the second quarter. I think it was Lockie Harper, was it?
Quick kick away.
Yeah, just highlights. You just got to take a bit more care in the way all about playing on, but maybe it's just that. Get it long, get out of bounds, get a stoppage, and go again.
Just time to reset. It's out towards Bruce. Bohm is providing some good linkage play. That's his role, I think, is Jai Bohm, just to provide that link. It's out towards Gibson. He's been warned fairly heavily by Daniel Jordan. Out there towards Cleaver. Out towards Delaney. Delaney with a quick handball over towards Lexi Bennett. Bennett puts it inside the forward 50 there, looking for Bunyan, who used his body well on Armstrong. He'll soccer it through. No, he elected to pick it up, and it's gone right through the mitts and over the boundary line. So maybe you should have soccered it through. Did Dom Bunyan.
A bit of popcorn at quarter time or something, Davo.
He should have got the grippo off the trainer, I think, Chris.
Might send some out to him now, courtesy of the coach.
And it's a throw-in. Joyce contests the ruck down there with Channon, and it's going to his hands and knees. I think it was. It wasn't Des, was it? No,
Geordie
it wasn't.
Harper.
It was Geordie Harper, the number 7. So it's a boundary line throw-in right at the 50-metre arc. 6 minutes gone, and we've had a one scoring shot to the Belconnen Magpies hitting the post. So it's going to be a low-scoring day, but it's out there, and it's well roved off the pack there by Taylor. Taylor over to Bennett. Bennett got a quick kick on the left foot, but out of bounds on the full. Free kick to the Demons right in the back pocket, and it'll be taken by Grange McMahon. So it's a very young backline as well, Mitch. With we talk about the young forward line, it's a young backline as well that's standing quite resolute.
No, they're sort of good, solid sort of young kids. I mean, look at sort of, we've talked a bit about Tim Screech Clowry, but you get Kirk Mann, who's come over from Tuggeranong, who's almost he'd probably be in the lead in our best and fairest. He's young at 20 or 21, and that's a good grab there by Des.
So we'll follow the footy, but we'll talk about Marn in a minute. He's one of those real silent achievers. He started to really come on at the Hawks last year under the tutelage of Gorman, and he just got better and better. And he's an awkward kick, but he's a real competitor.
Oh, he is.
And he plays tall and he can play small.
And I mean, he's actually been great for us. He's had to step up and be that number one defender since we've lost sort of Johnny Van Meurs, Xavier McMahon, these sort of senior players, and obviously Robbo's not there, and blokes like that can have.
And your good self, Mitchell, as
I'm
well.
glad you noticed I'm not there, mate, sitting next to you.
Don't want to wrap yourself up, but it's a minus scored out of the Magpies by Andrew Dare. Smith soccers it off the ground, and that is not wet weather football that we've spoken about. I guess it looks a lot easier up here in the commentary box.
Berkey just lost a few more hairs down on the bench.
Or they got a bit greyer. It's good to see his father Kevin and mother Jane here, of course. Kevin playing in that premiership side for Manuka. I think it was 73. I think it's the 73 premiership reunion. They've got all but 2 players here for that reunion, so well done to the Eastlake Footy Club, and a big warm welcome to those players here in the nation's capital if they're visiting.
Should be a good night, and we should go into the dinner tonight, so it's always good fun talking about sort of the old days and how much better footy was back then, and have a few beers with some of the...
Yeah, it's certainly a different style of footy, Mitcho. I don't think it changes from what they did it for and what you do it for now.
Depends who you talk to, I guess.
Still the same objective.
That's exactly right. Put it through the big sticks, and who gets it through the most wins at the end of the day. So it's those bonds of the camaraderie and the mateship that you make out of it are the things that you take away. So boundary line throw in with 8 minutes gone, and it's there. I think it was Askew that was tackled. No, it wasn't Askew, was it?
Ben Scott.
It was Benny Scott again. So and they're fighting hard, and that was a throw. He handed it to him out towards Scott. Scott quickly on his boot, and that was clever. He saw Askew out the corner of his eye and just put enough hook on it to keep it in the corridor. It's out toward Askew. Askew goes down there towards that of Wood. Wood takes it nicely on his chest. Just led his player to the ball
Darcy's
there.
on.
So you've got to create here, and it's out towards Darcy. That was a poor kick from Nathan Wood. Darcy goes one way, Jinx, a bit of foot candy out there towards Pocock, and the Belconnen player actually did him a favour in that of Jansen, who pushed him into the footy. So the umpire says it's gone out.
Bit of a push
back there. It was,
it's called
He's
the mark.
paid a mark, so 45. You know him better than most, Robbo. Is this a kicker for Ash Pocock?
Depends if you can hear me from up here or not.
Yes or no?
Yeah, he'll kick this one.
All right, money on.
Money's on it. He'll start it right and curl back in, straight over the umpire.
Ash Pocock, he needs to kick a couple, as we said. For Eastlake, they're going to go a long way to winning this game. It is Pocock. He's already got one to his name. Hasn't got the distance, but that's a great jump there from Aaron Bruce. It didn't land in his arms, but nonetheless, that was Bierman having a... No, it was Wood that had a quick kick around. He is a lively customer, is Nathan Wood. So where's he sprung up from, Nathan Wood?
He's actually ex-Chuggeron as well.
Is he?
Yeah.
Certainly, they're providing a vast nucleus to the Eastlake Demons these days, and of course the Queanbeyan Tigers as well.
Had a year of footy last year and back to it this year.
Oh, it's great to see him back out there. So anyway, it's down there and it's run over the boundary line from Mike Ryan here at Star Trek Oval. Round 13, it is the D's by 11 points. Of course, Mitcho, there is the Premiership reunion dinner back at Eastlake tonight. Do many of the present day players go to it?
Yeah, I think we've got about a table of about 10 or so.
Oh, very good.
It's I mean, it's always good to sort of, obviously they've had a fair bit of success, get sort of in their ear a bit, and just, you know, most footballers love talking about footy and talking about themselves, so it's always good to pump yourself up every now and then.
Well, that's the way it is. And anyway, it's a boundary line throw in an 11-minute mark. It'll be about 65 from the Belconnen goal. The game really played on Eastlake's terms. I think they'd be leading the possession count by 2-1 at the moment. So they're just controlling all the stoppages, the scrimmages, and a broken play, but not on the scoreboard. So they're not getting a lot of reward for effort there. But it's going to be one of those days, and it's out there towards Cummins. Cummins got it out to O'Connell. O'Connell found Denham, probably not the right bloke to give it to in that situation, and it'll go to the ground. And fighting on the ground there for the ball is Nathan Wood.
Turned back into traffic there. Had to keep coming out to where the space was, I think.
It's almost one handball too many there. Just had to, on the boot, get it forward, try and get it to a forward in front.
Just the chaos ball sometimes in these sort of conditions creates so much doubt for the opposition backman.
Nightmare for a backman.
Absolutely. So, particularly with the type of ball that we play with, that oval-shaped ball, of course, big Andrew Hot Dog Harrington running out there for the D's today. And he's looking in fine fettle, his hot dog. And it's taken away there by the Belconnen defenders, and bravely fought out there is Ryan. He does some mercurial things, is Ryan, the number 33, out there towards Bruce, but hand over the back Benny there, Cleaver. But well front and centred there by Cleaver, Benny Cleaver. There's that chaos ball that we talked about, but nonetheless, it's James Bennett. He got it quickly. He puts it down into no man's land right at centre wing. That's a 70-metre kick from James Bennett, and it's going to clean bowl Cummins. Mann, the irrepressible Kirk Mann, as you said, he might be the leader in the best and fairest. He might surprise himself at the season's end. It's out to Crowder, and it is over to Channon. Another one we've spoken about at the top of the program, over to Mann. That's one thing he does need to improve, is his kicking skills, and it's out towards Taylor. Taylor should have taken that. He just elected to bat it away. Out towards O'Connell. He was tackled there by Turnbull, but it creates a stoppage there for, I think it was Askew. Yep. Askew put it into there, and it's one of those chaos balls we spoke about. Cleaver was tackled when not in possession. I think Turnbull threw that out there towards his teammate. It's out there towards Darcy. Has to stay composed here, and he did, and he looked there for Wood now, and it's out there towards Harper. It's just going through the hands. You need to flatten the hands in these wet conditions. Of course, you can't hold it conventionally, so it drops down in front of you. But it's out of bounds for a boundary line throw-in. 13 minutes gone, 11 points the margin here at Star Trek Oval in Monica.
Just saw Gibbo there go up and didn't try and mark it in the wet conditions, just palmed it down to the guy in front. It was up against 3 of the Belco players.
But it's out towards Moody. Moody just patted it over the line. He's lucky he didn't get a free kick against him there for delivered out of bounds. The Belconnen defenders pleading with the umpire. The umpire will have nothing to do with it, and he'll throw it in about 20 metres from the Eastlake goal. This, that's he's got hold of the wet footy as the umpire. It's out towards Curtis. Curtis puts it on the boot.
Got a hold of it, did you say, or lost his hold on it?
He put it out to Curtis there,
it,
and Curtis finds touch there, but I think it was touched by the Eastlake player. He can plead all he likes. He shouldn't have dove after the footy. So it'll be a boundary line throw-in right smack bang in the centre of the ground here at Star Trek Oval in a yet another change in condition. The sleet looks like it's still falling out here at Star Trek Oval in Monica. It's about 3 degrees now, and it's out there towards that of Taylor, I think it was. Is it Taylor? Oh, no, it might be another Harper. Is it? Yeah, it's Lockie Harper in the long sleeves. It's out towards Scott. You can't miss. He looks like a footballer, does Benny Scott, the number 39. That's the second time he's found his partner in crime in Askew. Askew puts a high up and under. Looks for Gibson. Gibson brought a couple down with him. Tried to go with it. There was the number 64. Is it? Who's wearing the number 64? It's not even listed in the program. So,
I think
you just 68. 68. So we'll see who that is.
Nathan Wood.
No, 68 for the Belconnen Magpies over there. It must be a change of jumper. I think it was. I think it is a change of jumper because it was ripped. So, 68.
But I think you can just see the difference between use and experience. Simon Curtis had the ball in the back line, saw no one on, kicked it 70 metres out of bounds, got a stoppage. Belconnen had a little go here, maybe one too many handballs, and then a quick turnover when it probably should have been a quick kick in. It's just sort of the difference in having your experienced players in the team, just knowing how to play the conditions. Long kicks like that. Should work out.
Out towards Des. Des, he didn't try and go for that. He just tried to paddle it along. I think for Belconnen, if they're going to penetrate the scoreboard, they probably need to go York forward. But it's out there towards that of Harper. The Harper boys, brotherly Shepherd there. So it's out towards Curtis. Curtis put it inside the forward 50. That's a good-looking kick. He got the jukes up, and it's just taken there by Isaac Taylor, was it? He was caught around high, but the umpire said no free kick by Grange McMahon. So good defensive work there for McMahon. Umpire will ball it up here. This is where they really need to make most of going inside the forward 50s. But the Eastlake defence standing resolute. And there's the number 68 we spoke about. It's out towards Delaney. Delaney shuffles it out to Jordan. Jordan, I think it was. He got it down there towards Des. And it was punched away
like Ryan again
by Orion. So I think it's young Wood coming off the ground now, is it? Yes, it is. Nathan Wood.
Yep.
There towards Harper.
Oh, that's free
That's
kick.
a free kick. He tried to pull out of the contest, and Bruce just stood over the footy. That's come off the smack bang off the side of the boot. He'll go close to kicking this with Simon Curtis. Oh, no, it wasn't Curtis, it was Posh, I think it was. Yeah, it was Posh, the 22.
Oh, it's a good
so
handball.
It's out towards
Slash throw.
good block
Armstrong brings it in towards Cleaver. Cleaver, well done to Ben Cleaver, the number 20. Good link play there from Hayden Armstrong. So out there towards that of Pocock. He just read that nicely, didn't he, Ash Pocock? Probably should have taken it. And it's taken away by Jordan, I think, for the Belconnen Magpies. Out there towards Posh, he tried to tow it off the ground, and now it's taken away by Harper. Harper, that clean bowled Bunyan. It didn't clean bowl the Eastlake defender. It's out to Bruce. He just don't argue. Straight coming back where it's coming from, down towards that of Pocock. Out there towards Bierman. Now it's taken away there by the Belconnen defender. And he's
Great tackle.
Great tackle there
Benny
from
Cleaver.
I think it was. Benny Cleaver. He's sort of in everything in this
Hates
first
the
half.
tackle, Benny Cleaver. Absolutely hates it.
18 minutes gone. It's still 11 points the difference. So neither side being able to penetrate on the scoreboard. And this is where you can set the game up. So neither side hitting the scoreboard. It's out to Bennett. It's been played between the 250-metre arcs.
Oh, this is going to...
And this was out to O'Connell, and it's going to bounce in towards Cummins. He's unattended, and he's seen Bruce out the corner of his eye. Well followed up with Aaron Bruce, so well done. That's that chaos ball we spoke about.
Yeah, I think.
And Aaron Bruce lining up for his second goal in the Demons' possible fourth.
I'm sure Dave Cummins just managed to sneak out the back there, and I think the Belconnen defence was just a bit slow to pick up that loose forward, and that quick kick forward, as I said, that chaos ball, managed to get it free over the back and find a good target. It was, instead of going for goal, looking back and finding Aaron Bruce, who should, hopefully, it's the ones you need to
You
kick.
said to talk, didn't you? I had to say something.
So a minor score to Bruce. Probably should have done a little bit better with it, but it is a heavy ball. Light rain falling here.
There's a
Gee whiz.
ripping ball.
Just ripped one out.
We're just talking
75.
about how heavy the
It's
ball is.
reached the centre of the circle. Daniel Jordan. It's found Bosch in the middle of the ground there. And so it's taken away, and it's put Belconnen, it's taken him from defence into attack, out there towards Bennett. Bennett was followed by Scott, out towards Curtis. Curtis got a quick kick going to the ground, Simon Curtis, and that's the class we spoke about, just that experience, Simon Curtis. The three players that touched the footy, and it was Curtis and Bennett combining for the goal.
The
So
old
Belconnen
12-point
get there
play.
first for the quarter.
The old 12-point play right there. Missing one from right in front, goes coast to coast, and then Belconnen getting a good goal. It's,
It was a great
Could
kick
prove
there from
costly.
Daniel Jordan in the back half. That has gone dead set to the centre circle.
Ridiculous.
might be doing that every time. From around here. Can kick it that far?
Well, I'll tell
I
you
don't
what,
know
if
why
you
they weren't
can,
to start with.
yeah, it's not a bad ploy.
All you got to do is knock it on. Going to 80 metres, 90 metres.
They do it in rugby league with the touch finders, you know, like, and they kick for field position in rugby union. I think it's something that we don't do enough in AFL footy.
Yeah.
Certainly at the AFL level they do that, but they're also elite runners. So anyway, back to the footy here, and it's towed off the ground there from the Belconnen defenders. They should have their tails up now. It's out towards that of Turnbull, out towards York, and that's a good contest there by Cleaver. He just stood in front of Ryan Bradley and said, "I'll have that, thanks very much." Benny Cleaver, he's been close to best on the ground here. It's out there towards Gibson and Jordan, so it's a manful battle out there, and that's a great tackle there by Bierman. That was a rugby league style tackle out towards Denham on his preferred side, and Matty Denham with a quick reply for the Demons. So well done to the big fella, and that was created by Bierman with the forward pressure down there. So well done to Chad Gibson and Dean Bierman.
I think it's just a big, just as you said before, Gibbo not getting marked, but 2-on-1s, 3-on-1s, bringing it to the ground, letting some smaller
And then a
blokes
second
get some
effort
footy.
too, getting the handball off.
And then a great tackle by Dino Bierman. That'll really pick him up.
We spoke a little bit soon about the Gold Coast Suns. It's the Hawks now pumping the Suns by 30. So I think it's at half time there, is it? So that is the right spot for Matty Denham as well, just to get that front and centre. He didn't go to the wrong side. He was on his preferred side as a left footer. So well done to Matty Denham. So that's reward for effort, Matty. Well done. Out towards Channon. Hasn't lost a tap all day. Out towards Cleaver, giving him first use of the footy as they shuffle it out now.
It's just all about getting that ball forward. I think you can see where the stoppage was, and no one's had a possession. I think this is the first possession of the game, of this stoppage, and the ball's gone 40 metres forward to Eastlake. It's all about getting that ball on the boot and fumble it forward as much as you can.
Out towards Taylor, out there towards Cummins.
Making sure that when they do get a possession that it's pressured.
It is. Their pressure has been first rate
a great
today, the Eastlake Demons. You can see the determination on his face. I didn't quite pick up who it was.
Sammy Askew.
Sam Askew. The determination was second to none. But it was the kick that let him down, the execution. Don't worry about the effort, it's there. And it's out towards Wood, and it's out towards Bradley, but it's come off the shins and it's rolled over for a boundary line throw-in. So 22 minutes gone, 29 plays 17, 4-5 to 2-5, 2 goals the difference, so 12 points the margin here at Star Trek Oval. Out towards Clary, that's his first touch for the quarter after a blistering first quarter, so that's a free kick to James Bennett.
No contact.
He's baited the other way. It's a Kirk Mann. So well done to the umpire. He's picked out something there. It's out towards Gibson there. Oh, he dropped what he should have taken. He did all the hard work. He still gets up and plays the second, third effort. He's just competing down there, big Chad Gibson. He's bringing others into the game.
Oh.
Here's an opportunity for Wood. Had to get it forward. They're standing, screaming for it is O'Connell, but the Belconnen defenders, and that was a great bump there from Aaron Bruce. I think it was right down there. Is it Bruce? Yes, it was. He locked the ball. Their forward pressure has been sensational today, the Eastlake Demons.
Keep telling him, throw your ass around, Brucey. It's there for a reason.
Bottom.
He's got plenty of it.
Bottom, isn't it? Your rump.
That's what happens when you get engaged.
It's out towards that of
that's
Nathan
great
Wood.
work.
And he's just straight off the bench. And there is a reason why we have the interchange bench in this great game of AFL. Is Nathan Wood's popped up with the Eastlake Demons' 5th goal. So well done to Nathan after a quick spell on the bench.
Loves a goal too, Woody. I think he kicked 3 or 4 last weekend playing in Div 1.
He did too. I did see that. So he was amongst the goal kickers last week, but he's looked lively out there today as Nathan Wood. So looks like Eastlake Demons have certainly got it right at the selection table for this wet weather here in Canberra, this round 13 clash. Of course, that probably played the most players on their list through season 2014. So, but and that's been caused by a variety of factors: form, fitness, and of course the horrid injuries. And it's out there towards that of Cummins. Of course, he suffered a glandular fever right at the beginning of the season. It's great to see him back, David Cummins. I thought he was unlucky not to get a knee full Guernsey throughout last week against Tasmania, but it's out there towards O'Connell. He's very good above his head, and there you go. He's just used his body and taken it in front of, I think it's... no, it's not Bradley. It is, I think it's
Young Turnbull, is it?
No, it's not. It is McCabe, young Ben McCabe. So here's Turnbull, Rav's Turnbull.
He's turned around and seen Sammy Askew chasing him again, having flashbacks.
There it is, and it's out there towards Jordan. So it's a free kick downfield against Pocock, I think, there for a late hit. It'll go to Daniel Jordan. Let's see if he can get onto the end of this one and rip one out.
He should hit someone in the forward 50 with this, shouldn't he?
Well, the last kick was a great one, but you're only as good as your last kick. It's out towards Jordan. He gets onto that one. Don't worry about that. It's a good leg there. It's out there. It didn't clean bowl Cummins. Out there towards Bunyan. Bunyan got it over towards Des. Probably should have put it on the boot there. Would have been the right options. Out towards Darcy. Didn't panic with the footy. And tackled without the footy was Des. Or did he throw the ball down?
He dropped it in the tackle.
He did too. Kirk Mann. See, that's dropping the footy for me.
Yeah.
Whether it was prior.
So he elected to take the player on.
It's true.
And that's a good throw by the umpire. He's put it down towards Channon.
You
Hasn't
get your
locked
green
the centre
shirt,
square. No thanks. It's out towards Cleaver.
Not
Oh, it's a tough job. It is a tough job to interpret the rules. It's out there towards Harper. Harper got it back towards York. York off a standing start. Not a bad kick there, but only towards Channon. He's lucky it didn't go any further. It's out towards Ryan. Ryan with a clearing kick down there looking for Bohm. And it was Jansen who got a fist to it out there towards Harper. That's the Lockie Harper variety. He got it down the line there looking towards Des. Out towards Bennett. He could be a goal scoring opportunity. To the run of Turnbull, he went without it. Now Marn. Marn will get it on the boot quickly. He got it down towards the run of Askew, who's creating a thorn for the Belconnen side. He launches one from outside 50. Sammy Askew. And it was saved by Daniel Jordan. Saved on the bell.
Great bit of defensive play there. Had to get it through.
Would have been nice to see his mates get around him for that. It was a great save.
Anyway.
So Askew creating all sorts of problems. Turnbull, you're right. I think he's got nightmares of Askew chasing him. Don't worry about that. That's the second one he's kicked to the man on the mark. His forward pressure might give Eastlake a goal. So that's a good tackle there from Big Porter in the middle of the ground. So
it's not the most mobile bloke around the ground, but when it's in his area, does do quite well for getting those 1-2, those little handballs, and can read the play very well. So he often gets in some good holes to get those marks and those quick tackles and quick tap-ons.
So half-time, it is the New South Wales ACT Rams leading Tasmania 4-2-26, looking for back-to-back wins 15. So good luck to the Rams there. I hope they can break through for back-to-back wins. Of course, they come off a great win against NT the past couple of weeks. Out towards Benny Scott, and I think it's Joyce out there that's diving for the footy. So Benny Scott, this is going to be a free kick.
Waited a while.
Absolutely, that is a free kick. So well done to the Eastlake defenders, Ben Scott, and who's going to be the recipient? Grange McMahon.
Just
Mate,
feel
no.
like every time the umpire takes his time blowing the whistle, he's going to ping him. You just sit there like, yep, you're in trouble, mate.
Close to the man on the mark did Grange McMahon. So
crash.
28 minutes gone. It is 5-6-36, 2-5-17, round 13, 12 place 13. Eastlake with need a solitary win for season 2014, and the Magpies with 2 wins. So I think they're playing for a trophy today. I think the Neil Conlon Trophy. Of course, Neil played for both clubs, Manuka and
Coach both clubs.
Coached both clubs. So there you go. It's out here towards that of Harper. Harper just paddled it over the boundary line. I thought the Eastlake also, they have I think it's the Neil Conlon Best Clubman is one of their annual awards at the, I think it is.
Mitchell?
Yep,
I think so.
It is.
Obviously, I've
I
never
can
won one,
guarantee
so
it. I can guarantee it, Mitchell.
yeah, no, I think there is. I think actually Adam Tett.
Yeah,
one
it
of
is
our-
the Neil Conlon
yeah.
Best Clubman. So,
won that, last year.
yep.
He did quite well in that. It's a great club in there, Adam Tett.
Yep.
Eastlake's got to just be a bit wary here. I think for the last couple of stoppages, Bennett and Curtis have both been free over the back, and you see again Curtis is free by himself, and this footy
Got to get it
went
to
over
him
the
though,
back.
Mitcho.
Yeah, but there's players you mark down as not wanting to be by themselves, and I think those two are the two that
I've hit the top of the list,
yeah
that's for sure.
that you wouldn't mind not sort of
Someone manning that.
yeah you, not
Being
some of the other
mindful
players.
of them at the contest, and so
Might just
but
go
that's
to
probably
window
a
yard.
thing of the development for the youth. They're probably playing it on their own terms
it's
at the
York
moment.
getting
The York's the same.
Ooh, looks like Harper has
Harper's
gone
got one.
down there with like a sack of spuds in the middle of the ground. Cop one in the solar plexus. Absolutely cop one in the solar plexus.
Got an idea who gave it to him as well.
Anyway, there might be a square up coming. Don't worry about that.
Wouldn't be the first for the game, would it? Oh,
Oh,
Cuddles on the ground here. Josh Moody. Loves it, doesn't he?
It's good to see plenty of feeling out there, and it's out there towards Delaney. It's a genuine contest for this round 13 clash. Can't be too long left in this second quarter. Yeah, there we go, right on cue. It is the Eastlake Demons, 5-6-36. We'll get all the updates at half time as a bit of feeling comes into the clash here after that spiteful contest there where Geordie Harper went to ground there, but Matty Channon said, "Don't argue with me." The big gargantuan.
He just threw. Who was that?
Get out of
McCabe,
my way.
I think.
I think it was young McCabe.
Gotta pick your
so
fights there.
this will be a melee. Don't worry about that. Eastlake 5-6-36. Belconnen 2-5-17.
I don't know what's going on around here. Brenton Joyce looks like he's...
There's plenty of feeling out there. The umpire needs to get in the middle of it and break it up. So Jai Bohm in the middle of it as well, the former Belconnen player. But we'll bring you all the second half action here at Star Trek Oval in Manuka. It is the Eastlake Demons. Are they headed for victory number 2 for season 2014? Time will tell with all the second half action through neefle.com.au.
that's what we like to see.
welcome back to the second half here of this clash between 12 v 13, the Eastlake Demons against the Belconnen Magpies. It is the Eastlake Demons at half-time, 5-6-36 to 2-5-17 Magpies. Just about set for bounce down for the all-important third quarter. Joining me in the commentary box is a couple of the Eastlake's injured stars in Chris Robinson and Mitch Frail. What did we find out at half-time besides the Pies, boys?
I think just Berkey's instructions were just keep doing what we're doing, and although got a nice little handy lead that can get sort of eroded in 5 minutes, so you sort of can't really rest up.
Take 2 quick goals and it's back to being a square ball game pretty much.
It is, but I think Eastlake have had majority of the possession, so they're doing everything right in the first half. Let's see how it'll unfold in the second half. Can the D's march towards their second victory for season 2014? But it's Bradley with a quick kick on the boot. Now it's out towards Bennett. He puts down that chaos ball. It looks like they've moved Ryan Turnbull forward, looking for a little bit of pace. Could it pay immediate dividends? Rabs Turnbull comes inside on the left foot. Ryan Turnbull, but it's out towards that of Grange McMahon, and he just paddled it across to Cummins. That was with danger, but Cummins was up to the contest, and it's been punched over the boundary line. So that blistering pace of Ryan Turnbull there in the forward half, as we're joined in the warmth of the commentary box by none other than the GWS development manager, luminary Jack Masters. So there's the first goal of the Belconnen Magpies, and I think it was the man right on cue, Namiko Stowe, wearing the number 1, is a new player to the Belconnen ranks. So number 1 is Namiko Stowe, and he kicks a goal. Blessed with lightning speed, I'm led to believe too. So the first score on the board to the Magpies, so they bring that margin a little bit closer.
Just
as you said.
A little injury update too. Young Will Crowder's just tweaked his hammy a little bit, so I think he's probably done for the day, which is a bit unfortunate for him.
That's a bit of a shame because he's been going okay. Will Crowder, like you said, he's been in and out and under, so that's a real shame. Another one to the injury tally there at the Demons for season 2014. So the one they'll look back on reflection, but it's Bohm in the ruck there after a stink at half time. He should have his tail up. Jai Bohm, don't worry about that. Out towards Darcy. Darcy, he tackles the big man. It's like the big man and the little man. It's Jack and the Beanstalk out there. Don't worry about that as he tries.
Goliath there, is the one you were looking for?
It could have been, but I got Jack and the Beanstalk out instead, Robbo. So, yeah, it is a battle of David and Goliath. Of course, Matt Porter, about 6'6", Shay Darcy, and just a Taj on 5 foot. So, it's out to Bone. Generous, you think?
High heels on.
So, it's out towards Des as the rain continues to pummel down here at Star Trek Oval in Manuka. It is just shuffled out there by Mahon off the ground. I think McMahon tried to go. Clean hands was Bennett in the contest there. Tried to pick it up was young Bradley. Out towards Bohm. Bohm got it back inboard towards Mahon. Mahon with a quick kick out towards Rabs Bugsy Turnbull. Turnbull on the left foot. Who's he spotted up here? I think he spotted up one of the Harpers that he has. Jordan Harper, the number 7, went down on half-time, incited a melee. He got a real whack to the solar plexus. And we heard a bellow from up here in the commentary box.
I didn't see anything, Dave. I don't know what you're talking about.
The camera doesn't lie. It'll be interesting to see the outcome of that one. So he's good for a short pass there, and young Scott, Benny Scott, up to the task. He just double pumps it over the boundary line for a boundary line throw-in. See, that one there, I would have just put it to the top of the square and gone, well, you know what? Let's see what happens.
It's too pretty a kick for wet weather footy, I think.
It's tough, even if he hit the target, unless it was right on
it's
the
on to
chest,
his brother in Lockie Harper. Lockie Harper looking for young
that's
Bradley. He dropped what he should have taken. I thought he had a fair amount of that one, so it's just going to be rushed through there by Grange McMahon. And now it'll be Scott to bring it into play. No, it's Cummins. Cummins, he brings it in towards that of Hayden Armstrong. Armstrong just in front of the waving arms there of the Belconnen defender. He comes across to McMahon. That's bounced in front of him. He's play on. So Dominic Bunyan, you couldn't get away from him, did Grange McMahon. So good forward defensive pressure there by Dominic Bunyan. And
tackle probably should have been rewarded.
The small but vocal crowd has voiced their disapproval with the decision.
I think he probably should have been rewarded for that one.
I think so.
Trying to be unbiased up here, but I think that was probably spinning around one too many times.
The goal umpire really had his Weet-Bix this morning. He has the boundary umpire. He's hoiked that one in again. So, nonetheless, it's back to the middle of the ground with Armstrong just getting the ball forward. That's valuable meterage. Out towards Delaney.
70
out
metre
towards
kicks and 40
Cleaver.
metre
Out towards the runner, Bruce. Bruce on the left foot. And as he said, out towards Bierman. And it didn't hook back enough for him, but nonetheless, it's in that vital scoring opportunity for the Eastlake Demons. 5 minutes gone, 5-6-36 to the Belconnen Magpies, 3-6-24. Close encounter here for this round 13 clash. Hope you're enjoying the coverage through neefle.com.au.
So a bit of experience. Aaron Bruce knew he probably couldn't get the distance on his left, and so he's gone to the aim for the boundary. Sort of looked like he was aiming for Dean Bierman, but got it out of bounds in a good spot, good forward position.
Just another one there. Bruce just got himself goal side and his opponent allowed him to get goal side again. So you're going to have to watch him because he's lively in that situation. It's out towards that of Ryan as they take a head clash there. It was Ryan, I think, and Sam Smith. And it's just shuffled out there towards O'Connell. It's heavy traffic, heavy going out there, heavy ball, heavy bodies. It is a contest and a half with plenty of feeling out there. Don't worry about that. There's plenty at stake. Don't let the ladder positions throw you off. It is plenty to play for out there. Of course, they're playing for the Neil Conlon Trophy. Oof. Neil Conlon was the coach of both clubs, and he's picked out a free kick here. It's going to go.
Yeah, it's
out towards Bone.
Been racking myself. It's always a tough one when if your opponent's running at the footy, but then you've got that spot already, and he runs into you while you're sort of half blocking his way, but looking for the footy. It's a tough call there on Porter.
And is he a chance to kick this one, Mitcho?
I'll tell you after he kicks it.
You're just short.
Ooh, no,
it's a
just off.
Score.
Yeah, so he was always looking just off, I think.
He had the legs, so that was encouraging. So 37 plays 24, 5-7-3-6. So they bring it down towards Bunyan, but he wasn't put off there by Askew. Out there towards James Bennett, he's wearing clickety-click 66, out towards Turnbull, out towards Harper. Let's see if he's learnt from the last one. Harper, he puts it down behind the goal square now. It's on to Dess, and he was going to play on Andrew Dess, but he didn't. He saw the Eastlake defenders coming in 2s and 3s at him, and he is elected to go back and have a shot. I'll make a bold prediction here. He's no Monty to get this. Don't worry about that. He can fluff the ones dead set in front, Desi. So he's going to take plenty of time.
Go straight over the umpire then, Davo. If the commentator's curse is anything to go on.
We've mozzed a couple today already, Robbo. So Desi. Oh, he's given a fair hook. And he's just got it.
He tried to miss.
He tried to miss, but
keeping it interesting for us.
It's those two quick goals sort of brings Belconnen right back into it.
It does, and really against the run of play too, which
think,
Eastlake have had a fair bit of the footy.
I think Coach Burke would be too happy with that. Them going coast to coast just as easily as they did. Sort of a bit of a lacking concentration from the defensive zone. Just let a few blokes get out and run with the footy and went coast to coast in the wet.
So again, they've just made a couple of little positional changes to the Magpies. A little bit of speed in the forward half. And they've just changed up the game style a little bit to reflect what's going on out there to the conditions. They are now going long and direct with Turnbull in the forward half, and he's already created a couple of scoring opportunities, Ryan Turnbull. But in the middle of the ground, it's Bohm onto Porter, towed off the ground by Bohm. It was out to Bruce, but pushed off the footy by York. York needed to go long and direct, and it's Moody that intercepts that one. So Moody, that's the kick. Josh Moody puts it down, looking for Jordan. Went to the ground, and you've got to keep your feet in these conditions. It's imperative in wet weather football. So it's out there towards that of the Belconnen defender in McCabe. I think it is McCabe, and he got a wild-looking kick there, and it'll be a free kick out there towards Shea Darcy for the Eastlake Demons to put it right within scoring distance. Or no, is it Denham? It's Matty Denham, isn't it?
I think it's Darcy.
That is Darcy. I am a good judge from out there. Shea Darcy. brings it in very hard to see. Out there towards that of, I think it was
Gibson
Gibson who
Shannon.
crashed the pack again. He's done a lot of that today. But the Belconnen defenders keep getting up, and keep getting up, don't they? So the umpire, what's he going to say here? He's held it for a long time. Said it's my ball. It'll be a throw up right about 65 from the Eastlake goals here at Star Trek Oval in Monica. 10 minutes gone, 7 points the margin, round 13.
Also looks like Belconnen sort of pushed Simon Curtis into the back line as that to get some run off half back. Looks like he's used his long accurate kicking to their advantage.
It's out towards Moody. Moody tries to dodge 2 or 3 out towards Ryan. He handballs it back as they play Ringer Rosie. Now it goes out towards that of Clary. Played it out of the game in that second quarter. He was a star in the first quarter. Out towards Big Porter. Porter puts it down there looking for a contest, and it was out there towards, I think it was Jordan down there that tried to, no, it was Bennett out there towards Scott. I like the way he's gone about his business today. Ooh, that's a solid tackle. And Denham, he'll get up from that. Don't worry about that. He puts his head over the foot. He does Matty Denham. And it's come out there towards Bunyan. Bunyan with a quick chip around there to Turnbull. That's his third touch since moving forward, so it's paying dividends. It's out there towards Bennett. So he's had a hand in all the 2 goals, Rabs Turnbull. So Askew really has to do the job on him now and tighten up on him because he's had a hand in each of their scoring involvements. So Lexi Bennett.
Tough kick
Very
against
tough.
the breeze. Wet footy. If you're a ruckman, you'd be looking to get to the top of square here.
So follow it in, 35 out. Lexi
Done well.
Bennett.
Good job with it.
Great kick.
Not a great. He's done a great job as Lexi Bennett. He slotted Belconnen's third for the quarter to bring it back to a 1-point ball game. So it is a 36 plays 37. 1 point the difference here to the Eastlake Demons. They've just, like you said at half-time, Coach Burke must be up there just saying, I could see this unfolding.
Yeah, I think it looks like we've just gone a bit too cute. A couple of times in the back line, Benny Scott maybe tried to have one handball too many, and whereas in the first quarter the boys were trying to sort of get it on the boot, get it going forward, which was actually looking really effective. So might just have to get back to that no-nonsense footy.
That's what you can see Belco doing now as well. They're getting that ball forward, giving themselves maximum opportunity. They get guys like Turnbull and Harper and stuff down there on the end of that.
Oh,
Free kick to Eastlake.
Here's a chance just to go long. So just go back to the basics. That was working so well for them in the first half. 12 minutes gone. It is a 1 point here at round 13 under the grey skies of Star Trek Oval in Monica. The lights in half bloom here. Of course, they won't play in full bloom. It's still very bright with the lights only working on about half their maximum lumen, I believe. So... and that's a good grab there to Jordan. He's been solid in the back half. He's kept Gibson goalless.
York, I think, wasn't it?
Was it? No, I think it was York. It is York, and it's brought out there by the number 9 in Adams. Adams out there towards that of Bennett, the last goal scorer. He's lifted his work rate as Lexi Bennett,
It's a great
the captain,
kick too.
and it's a good kick over there towards Harper, I think. Here's the speedster in Turnbull. Turnbull sets up another scoring opportunity to Bradley. So he's the man that's created all the damage as Bugsy Turnbull. He's had a hand. It's a 50-metre penalty against...
it's like Aaron Bruce.
I think it is Aaron Bruce for what you'd call verbally.
Is it though?
Yeah, against Aaron Bruce. Looks like it's a tough one because it takes a 50-50
To a
certainty.
Ryan Bradley, he gets the Magpies 4th for the quarter. That's why they call it the Premiership quarter. So all that good work that the Eastlake Demons has just gone undone in 13 minutes. Brain fade and just some sloppy checking.
So they need to look for a few senior players to really stand up here. It looks like Aaron Bruce may have gone into the centre here, which is good. Him, Josh Moody, Sam Smith, Hayden Armstrong, a couple of those senior players probably just need to get their hands on the footy a bit.
This is where they've got to take
composure,
ownership
yeah.
and show some leadership, and that's a really valid point because we often hear it in the AFL and we often hear it reverberate down. You know, what is leadership? And that's we've had 4 kicked on them, so now is when you get your best players around the footy and try and get a touch. So just to stem the tide, see if you can get one back. So Channon, that's in danger.
Every day of the week, that one.
So it'll be a free kick there. I think it's to Joyce in the middle of the ground, Brenton Joyce. So the boy from Terralgan got close to the man on the mark there, and he gets it down towards Des.
It's a great grab.
But that's a mark, and it's been paid too. And
It's Isaac Taylor.
It's Isaac Taylor. He tries to spot up there. I think
Bunyan.
it's again the wrong kick for the conditions, and he's tried to play for the free kick as Bunyan, but coming through the back half was Clowry. Clowry out there towards that of Bennett, wearing the number 66.
Oh.
Bennett, he just rode the bump.
This
This is a tailor made for a guy like James Bennett.
Definitely.
And this is a free kick to the Eastlake defender in Sam Askew. Yep, free kick for legging against Lexi Bennett. Now it's going to Kirk Marn.
No, Tim Clowry.
Tim Clowry, and that's a great kick.
Clowry
Yeah,
out
yeah.
towards
Oh,
Ryan.
no.
A kick was the option there for Mike Ryan. So out towards Cummins. Cummins puts a dribbler along towards that of Darcy.
soccer.
Darcy was good enough to bend down and pick it up, and he was equally pursued there by the Belconnen player, and it's taken away there over towards Isaac Taylor. Isaac Taylor spots it up there towards Lexi Bennett, and Lexi Bennett has taken a mark inside the forward 50.
See again.
Probably a little bit better angle than he was last time. 40 metres out. He gets a chance for Belconnen's 5th of the quarter.
Again, being a bit too cute. I think firstly the handball not hitting the target, and then the kick coming out of the back line just had to go long to space. Just had to get it out of bounds, 70 metres away, and start again. Instead, it's a dinky little kick, turnover. Great kick by Belconnen, and ooh, the old
There it is. It's just
worm burner didn't quite make it.
not quite a worm burner, like a low helicopter.
That's a big let off by for Eastlake there.
Just shows you how tough the conditions are. So to kick that last one by Lexi Bennett was a tremendous effort. It's out towards Benny Scott. He's just got to get the distance here. Scott, he goes forward now and brings it along. But the Belconnen defenders, they've stood resolute today. They had plenty of barrage in the first half. So as the rain continues to tumble down here at Star Trek Oval in Manuka, with a boundary line throw in, 16 minutes gone. It's the Magpies who've got the jump on the Demons. 6-7-43, 5-7-37. Eastlake have had no answers to the magic of Ryan Turnbull in the forward half. The number 46, the speedster, Rabs Turnbull.
It's a great handball.
Out to that of Curtis. Unloads one of those 55, 60 metre kicks with a wet footy. Armstrong dropped what he should have probably taken. So he just got to flatten the hands a little bit more in conditions like this. Scott toes it off the ground, out there towards Delaney. Delaney with a clean pick up in towards there. Towards the 68 for Belconnen. Cleaver. He'll have more mud on his back now. Out towards Gibson. Gibson towed it out there towards that of Adams. Adams as they fight for the footy. It's out towards Denham. He won't shirk the issue, does Denham. He tried to take on Bennett, but he was good enough to get it away to Marn. Marn puts it inside the forward 50 for the Demons. Which way will it roll? It's going to roll through, but unfortunately it was touched on this occasion. So a minor score to the Demons. So can they mount a comeback of all sorts? But they've stemmed the tide.
It's again too easy. Just letting him off too easily. Again, two numbers here. It's got to be.
Out towards Denham. Denham out towards Grange. McMahon. McMahon standing position. Out of bounds on the full. So free kick to the Belconnen side. And it's out towards Lockie Harper, the number 5. Lockie Harper, right on centre wing, drives it down, looking for Joyce. Joyce gets the hands up, went through the Dukes, out there towards Ryan. Ryan screws it around the corner for the Demons, out towards Armstrong, who just patted it down, then tried to do a Lionel Messi. It's taken away there by Delaney. He's revelling in these conditions, is Pat Delaney. Ooh, Bunyan put his head over the ball. Which way? The umpire's given him one against him. So it was a correct decision there.
Three players there.
Yeah. So it's one of those real interesting things that have crept in our game. That's a free kick against Bunyan.
No,
He come from more than 5 metres off the mark. It should have been 50-metre penalty towards Cleaver. Out there towards Cummins. He'll have to stand under the pressure of Ryan Bradley. Out towards Smith. Out towards Cummins again. He takes on one. Ryan Bradley got him this time. That is throwing the ball. He's panicked under pressure as Dave Cummins. Ryan Bradley applied the forward pressure and he's got a shot on goal about 35 out. It's going to take one of his best kicks to take it. So Belconnen looking for this. Still their 5th for the quarter, but an amazing turnaround.
Complete reversal, hasn't it?
Belconnen
come out with a
huge form turnaround.
More enthusiasm, more hunger, more forward pressure.
And using the ball better as well.
They've just adapted to the condition. They're doing what Eastlake did to them in the first half in 19 minutes of footy. So Ryan Bradley will line it up.
Oh,
that's a shank. It's out towards
Benny.
Scott. Scott, it just shows you how heavy that footy can get. And it makes that kick from Daniel Jordan that went coast to coast.
Even
makes
more
it even
incredible.
better. So the umpire says, I'll have it here. Don't forget, spare a thought for the umpires because it is a tough day for them too at the office. They've got to brave the conditions as well. They don't get a lot of credit for it. Out towards Turnbull, that man right on cue, Ryan Turnbull. He's been everything for this third quarter. Give him the 3 votes now, umpires. He has just turned this game on its head. The number 46, Rabs Turnbull.
I think that's where Matty Shannon, if he's got to take his game to the next level there. That's a defensive stoppage, and he's got a clear hit out and hit it inboard into the corridor 40 metres out. That's just not where you want to put it. It's got to come boundary side, out to the boundary, get a stoppage.
There you go. The experience of Mitch Frail. So maybe we can highlight that in the video session during the week. But it's out towards Curtis. It's out towards the number 1 in Stowe, Namiko Stowe. Out there towards that of York. York put it down towards Lockie, Harper and Posh. But it's throwing his rate around was Daniel Posh. Out towards Cummins. Need a bit more out of him in the back half. Gibson looks like he's gone down to steady the ship. Put him behind the ball. Out towards Bierman. Clever work by Dean Bierman. The number 57 for the Demons. He gets it out towards Channon. It went in the bread basket and it comes straight back out. But he roved his own work, did Matty Channon. And now the well done, got a hand to it, did Jai Bone. It's a hot footy out there. Actually, it's a wet footy. So
I was going to say, I don't think there's anything hot out there at the moment, Robbo.
it's the footy, the contest's hot. Don't worry about that, Robbo. This round 13 clash, there's plenty to play for. Both sides really wanting to flex their muscle to see who's going to be the second best side in Canberra for season 2014. Of course, Queanbeyan taking on the Hills Eagles. We'll see if we can get an update there, but it's out towards Marn. He stood up tall all day, out towards Jordan O'Connell. He uses his body well as Dan O'Connell. It's out there towards Harper. Askew needed to keep his feet in that situation. Now he's created a turnover in the middle of the ground because there was 3 Belconnen players there, Askew. If he keeps his feet, he gets away with it. So, nonetheless, it's out towards Delaney. Got his hands free. Good tackle there. That is dropping the ball. Incorrect disposal.
Play on.
Thank you, umpire Askew. So, full time out of Hills Eagles. Hills Eagles have defeated Queanbeyan 12-22-94. Defeated the Tigers 3-9-27.
Aaron Bruce.
So, Aaron Bruce with the Demons' first one. So, that's a good win to the Hills Eagles down there in Sydney. Queanbeyan continuing their poor run of form in season 2014. So it's all even here at Star Trek Oval in Monica. Looks like we're going to get a close one that might go down to the wire. It is 6-8 apiece, 44 to the Demons and the Magpies. 22 minutes gone in this third quarter. And the final score, the Southport Sharks have touched up the tricolours, 19-12-126, Ainsley 7-6-48. So the miserable run of form for the ACT sides continues on the road in 2014. So the Sharks too good for the tricolours up there at Southport. That's a tough road trip, don't worry about that. And of course the Hills Eagles at Bruce Purser over Queanbeyan. So it just shows you how hard it is to travel. And at three-quarter time, we have got the Rams still leading the Tasmanian under-18s, 6-5-41 to 5-4-34. So go the Rams there in the under-18s. But back to the footy here. Timmy Clowry has claimed that, and he had no hesitation in showing the umpire too. Haven't seen that for a while. Put the ball up in the air. So it's out there towards Cummins. Cummins brings it out towards Bohm. Bohm in front of Porter. Come inboard now, Jai Bohm. Yep, he's seen Denham. He's got to go quickly onto his left side because he doesn't have a right. Denham out towards Gibson. Gibson takes a sliding mark. The big 23 goes long down towards the forward 50, looking down there for Aaron Bruce. It's going to bounce fortuitously for him, and he's kicked his second in the matter of minutes. Aaron Bruce, can he prove the difference? So that's those senior players that we talked about and that leadership. He's kicked 2 in a matter of minutes.
Just keeping his feet there in the contest. It's like, so York's on him, just went to ground and was able to keep his feet and get one off the shin. Always take one off the shin.
So they've done well to respond, the Eastlake Demons. Aaron Bruce has kicked a couple. We've seen Cummins. We've seen Gibson involved in the play. So
it's just that ball usage.
Yep.
Improve where you use the footy and puts the pressure back on Belconnen.
The number 66 in the runner's uniform.
He might need a big shirt there.
He's doing an outstanding job. Take a bow, son. He'd probably want to take a breather. So it's out there towards the Belconnen, and they tried to clear it out towards the centre contest. I thought he was rooting into the ground, but...
we figured out our normal runner, Michael Horns, just happened to have a slight Achilles strain.
A bit tight today.
Yeah, it's just a bit tight today that he...
Saw the snow.
Pulled up sore in the warm-up. It's out towards that of Stowe, the number 1. And it's out there towards Taylor leading the race. Is it? Yeah, it's Isaac Taylor leading
he's got to
the
get
race.
rid of it here.
He needed to get rid of it there. He was clever enough to get rid of it. Dumped it down like David Bocock would for the Brumbies. So, just dumped it down. That's that
Chad
rugby
Gibson
scrum.
throwing players around, even his own teammates there.
It'll be a throw-up right in the middle of the ground. Umpire won't have any luck in bouncing it. So it was Porter who got first hands to the footy. Out there towards Taylor, it's not 15, tried to claim the mark. Out there towards Jordan. Jordan quickly hacked it onto the boot. Out there towards Ryan, tried to take on Curtis. He's reaped the ball through, and that was a throw out towards Dess. Dess just knows he's kicked that off the boot, about 45 out. Andrew Dess, this is a highly entertaining game of football here at Star Trek Oval in Monica. If you can't get down here, tune into neefle.com.au. You'll hear and see all the action. It is Belconnen 7-8-50 to the Demons 7-8-50, all tied up at the 26-minute mark here of the third quarter.
Quickest set of hands I've ever seen now on the 50.
Quickest set of hands,
I reckon.
correctly or incorrectly.
No comment.
Of course, yeah, sometimes we miss those ones. I'm sure there was a little love tap in there somewhere. But it's even Stevens at 7-8 apiece. It's going to go down to the wire. Highly entertaining game of football today. It's Channon. He has not lost a tap in the middle of the ground. He toes it forward. It's out there towards Taylor. Tried to take on Askew. He's got a good defensive side to his game as Sam Askew. Out towards Channon. He just bangs it forward. Gibson got his big body in the way. Should have been a free kick. Don't worry about that. It's out towards Shea Darcy, the 31. Which way will it bounce? It bounces the right way for Shea Darcy. And the Demons get their 8th through Darcy. But take your hat off to Chad Gibson. He created the contest. So, well done to Chad Gibson, also to Matty Channon. Well done to the Demons.
Got to enjoy that wrestle going on there. Daniel Jordan and Gibbo.
Gibbo must have grown another arm there.
So, it's a highly entertaining contest. So, Eastlake have hit back after a brilliant start to the third quarter by the Belconnen Magpies, in particular Ryan Turnbull. A couple of cracking goals from Bennett. In the middle, Bosch goes up against Channon. He still hasn't lost one in the middle. It's out there towards Bennett. Bennett toes it down there towards Dess, who was the last goal scorer. They tow it off the ground again, and it's a foot race for the ball. Marn, which way is he going to go? He must keep his feet in the contest. It's out towards Turnbull again, out towards Bradley, lost it. Towed off the ground by Marn. It's out there towards Pocock and Jansen, but it beats them all for a boundary line throw in right on the centre wing in front of the interchange gates here at Star Trek Oval in Marnock. It can't be too long to go. Most of the quarters have been going for about 28, 29 minutes. We're up to 28:40, so must be 30, 40 seconds to go in this quarter, even though there's been a few goals. Another tap there to Channon. Channon, it was taken out by O'Connell. Now it's over there towards there for taken away by Alexander. He's had a fair bit of the footy today for the Belconnen Magpies. Out towards Des. He's changed into the long sleeve jumper. It seems to have been worked wonders for him out there now. As the Eastlake defence stands tall under pressure, and the umpire says, "I'll have it." And it'll be a throw up. 55 from the Belconnen goal. It's the Demons by 6. Done well to respond to the Belconnen challenge. Sign of a good side, the makings of a good side. Out towards Gibson, took them on. The big fella did, Chad Gibson, the number 23, and pumps the ball long. Out towards Bruce. Bruce just using his smarts, and he's gone forward and kicked his third for the quarter. Aaron Bruce take a bow. Also Gibson just kicking it to his advantage. That's as simple as it was, knowing his teammates' strengths.
And just came down to reading the flight of the footy in the end.
Yep. I think big props to Matty Shannon here as well. Just realised, I think Eastlake midfield just tried getting the ball forward. That one just came out, knock on, good tackle. Eastlake got a pick up and kicked it long.
Get the ball going your way.
That's it.
Fourth goal for Aaron Bruce, 3 in the third quarter. Don't worry about Rabs Turnbull. We might give the votes to Aaron Bruce. Let's give the 3 Mulrooney or the MVP votes as they're now called.
That's what Eastlake was looking
10 now, aren't they?
Yeah, Eastlake was looking for. The
5
senior
from each coach.
Senior players looking at Aaron Bruce, Chad Gibson have really got injected themselves in the game, coming up the ground, knowing their strengths, and it seemed to pay dividends.
As you predicted, Mitch, senior players needed to get involved and take charge, and they've done exactly that. It was like the words were ringing in their ears. So it's a free kick to Matty Denham.
Goal here would be vital.
He's been quite busy in this third quarter. Denham kicks it over the jam tin on this occasion. Denham, and he's got it out towards Pocock. He tried to tow it through, and it was the Eastlake player in Beerman tried to take them on. I like the way that he does take the game on, doing Beerman. He just he doesn't stop trying. That's one thing. He's going to get reward for his effort one day.
Exactly. That's what you've got to try and instill in them too, the kids. You keep putting in the effort, and you'll get the results.
Exactly. So it's not through lack of trying. It's just a little bit undersized at the moment, but they're trying. So it's O'Connell. They throw the ball up. Joyce tapped it down towards Bohm. Bohm went back inboard, out towards Joyce again. Out towards Cleaver. Cleaver got it over to Marn. Marn with a scrubby kick out there towards Bruce. He created plenty of havoc in this third quarter, and it rolls end on end right on three-quarter time in a highly entertaining contest here at Star Trek Oval in Marnock. 9-8-62 to Belconnen, 7-8-50. So 12 points the margin. We'll be back with all the last quarter action here from Marnock Oval. Welcome back to what promises to be an enthralling last quarter between 12th and 13th place teams, the Eastlake Demons and the Belconnen Magpies here at Star Trek Oval in Manuka. It is the Demons who responded brilliantly after a early Belconnen onslaught, 9-8-62, 7-8-50. Aaron Bruce, the star there for the Demons, kicked 3 late ones after Ryan Turnbull created havoc in the forward 50 for the Magpies there to get them off to a great start and bring them back into the contest. So we'll see what all the news from the Eastlake camp was at three-quarter time with our special guests in Chris Robinson and Mitch Frail. What was the words at three-quarter time, Mitcho?
Look, I think it was just as we thought. Berkey mentioned that Eastlake were too handball happy in that start of that quarter, and just to get the ball going forward, you can see what happens when our forwards are in danger spots and one out, and just get the ball forward and don't be too cute, I think was the main message.
So it looks like Lockie Harper's had a bit of work at three-quarter time there.
Dental work or?
Yeah, dental or something. He's certainly strapped up, but I'll make a bold prediction here. First goal wins the next one. I think it'll give Eastlake the buffer and it'll give Belconnen the sniff. So depends who scores the first one. I think that's where we'll get the victor. But he certainly had a double dose of wheat bix from the boundary umpire this week. But he's hoiked them in today with that wet footy.
He's been having his pet odds, hasn't he?
Yeah, he might have found someone the AFP are very interested in throughout the week. But it's out towards that of Stowe with really a nothing handball out there towards that of McRae. O'Connell here's responds it to Dan, and it's gone out of bounds, and it'll be a boundary line throw in right in front of the Belconnen interchange. A couple of minutes gone. It's 12 points the difference. So three-quarter time, it is the Richmond Tigers just over the Saints, 85-61. We'll get an update on the Rams score shortly. Of course, it's a free kick to Aaron Bruce. He has now really got York worried.
It was, I don't know.
He is going for his 5th goal, and he could put the match sealer here, right now, in the first minute or two for the Eastlake Demons.
No gimme from here.
In the battle of the big guns in the Neefle, it is the Swans reserves leading the UWS Giants 3-4-22 to 2-2-14. So I think the Swans unbeaten for season 2014. The Giants challenging for the mantle. Aaron Bruce, and he's hit the woodwork here, or the metal post. Tink. So it is a behind.
Could be a handy point.
It could be a handy point. Of course, Mitchell, you were involved in that famous game. And that mark and that kick. Of course, Aaron Bruce was as well here at Manuka Oval, or Manuka Oval it was then. Star Trek as it's now known. It's out there. It's out there by Ryan, I think it was. He held onto it, but Denham, and free kick should have been to Denham. Porter just dove into his back.
I was a bit unsighted there.
The umpire was unsighted. It's out towards Stowe. Denham. Didn't stick the tackle. It's out towards Bennett. Bennett got it on the left foot. That's the Lexi Bennett. Out towards Bunyan. There's that chaos kick we spoke about. Has to keep his feet, Clowry. Did well there, did Timmy Clowry. Got the ball out towards the boundary line. I think it's going to go towards the boundary line. Which way will the umpire see it? He says, I'm going to throw it in.
Under enough pressure that... It just seemed to underrun the ball a bit there, or overrun the ball a bit there, and just had to get it in front. Let's see what happens when the ball gets over the side, especially with people like Bunyan who lightning quick. Belconnen have got a few lightning quick forwards that you don't want to let them get goal side.
And that's what they want to do. Here they go again. It's out towards that one, and it's just going to roll through for a behind, a minor score, so it could be a handy point. So it makes a 2-goal game. So 63 plays 51, 9-9, 63 to 7-9, 51. 3 minutes gone. So Armstrong's kicked out of the square there. The umpire has missed it. He's kicked it a dead set foot over that. He's gone outside the square as Hayden Armstrong. Trying to get the distance as they shoot it out towards that of Porter. Porter, I don't know what he was trying to do there. He tried to look for the recognised goal kicker in Des. He should have just put the ball up and under and seen where it come from. But as the Clouds, he did. He tried to be...
Don't they all?
A bit more skillful.
Didn't really have the ball there, was Pocock. Tackle without it by Delaney. He was good enough to butter up as Bennett puts it forward through again. That's Lexi Bennett. Now it's out there towards that of Stowe. Out there towards Harper. Harper with the nasal bandage on. And it is out towards Bunyan. But it's going to beat them all and be a boundary line throw in. 4 minutes gone. It is 63 plays 51. So 12 points, 2 kicks, 2 straight kicks. Easier said than done on a day like today. It is going to be a Demon or a Magpie day. They're both playing for the Neil Conlon Trophy. Of course, Neil was the coach of both clubs. Out there towards Bone. Wouldn't he love to get a victory up against his old club? Plenty of feeling in there at half-time, but it's out there towards the Belconnen defenders. I think it was Adams. He put it down there towards James Bennett, out to Rabs Turnbull. Turnbull got it on to Stowe. Stowe was good enough to evade the would-be tackler, but not good enough to find the big ones. And it's only a minor score. So I know both the two injured Eastlake stars sitting next to me are frantically worrying about the outcome of this match. Of course, they want to see their beloved D's get home. It's out towards Curtis. Ooh, caught O'Connell high. Should have been a free kick. The umpire. I just worry about where they're standing at the contest. I just see them a little bit too far away to miss that one. That was a blatant free kick to Dan O'Connell.
That's what I thought.
So
I should have been in a position to call that.
That's right. I don't. It's just where they stand. They stand a long way away from the contest. Out there towards Des. Des attacked the footy. Andrew Des.
Great tackle.
And it was a good tackle. It's out there towards Turnbull. Turnbull fed the handball out towards Bennett. Bennett screwed it onto the right boot, but it's going to screw too far for a minor score. But they're peppering the goals.
It's a good... Grange McMahon's got the job on, looks like on Ryan Turnbull. It's a good test for him that Turnbull's managed to get out loose a couple of times. So it's interesting if Grange can just tighten up a bit there. And because you know, one-on-one, Grange has probably got him, but Turnbull just for his pace. Let him get a little goal-sided a little bit
Quick
too
player
often.
and smart player too. Played a lot of footy.
Yeah, and it's out again. Here's a free-range shot, but that was a great smother there by Timmy Clary. He's really been one of the Eastlake's better players out there on the park today. But that's a free kick there to Ash Poker Court when not in possession against Jansen. So Chris Jansen. So it's out towards Pocock. Pocock has found Shea Darcy loose. Darcy.
There he is.
And he's found Bruce on the lead. Oh, he's just lost his feet as Aaron Bruce. Sliding into him was York.
Turned into a scrum pretty quickly down there.
It did turn into a scrimmage, and it'll be a stoppage. Row up. 40 metres from the Eastlake goal. It's a 10-point game, 7 minutes into the last quarter. Who is going to be the victor? Is it going to be a Magpie or is it going to be a Demon? I still maintain first goal scorer will run away with the points here today at Star Trek Oval in Monica, as both sides have had opportunities on goal. It's over towards Stowe. Lightning quick as Stowe. Good hands there from Harper and Stowe as they just paddle the ball forward out there towards Bunyan. Clary had the better of that duel there. And it's out towards Clare. He's been very good today. Out towards that of Scott. Scott pumped it down towards O'Connell. Kept his feet, did McRae, and it got out towards that of... he's in trouble. That was great defensive pressure. You betcha, Shea Darcy. Well done, youngster. The number 31. Under 18, best and fairest last year was Shea Darcy for the Maris program. Out towards that of Channon. Created the contest in the spillage at the front. Denham. Out towards Moody. Jinking, weaving, Joshua Moody, the number 1. Yeah, he likes it. Don't worry about that. He'll let you know about it all night too if they get away with it. So I think it might be there.
Can't wait to see the video of that one on Facebook.
That's a great kick.
Joshua Moody, 10-9-69, puts the first on the board for the Eastlake Demons in quarter 4. I think they might run away with it from here.
Just good by Matty Denham there as well. He looked up on his bad side, just popped it over to 3 Eastlake players in space. Didn't try and kick it at the goals.
Knew his limitations, which I think is a really important thing, and I think that's a really...
it's one of the biggest parts of your development.
Absolutely.
Your downfalls.
Absolutely, and he's learned as the day's gone on. I've been impressed with his game. It's probably tailor-made for a guy like Matty Denham, but he's in and under, and he's certainly big Porter against Moody, I think, went up for that one, didn't he? Or just Bohm. out there. Now it's out towards Clare. It's gone at the back here. It's out towards Des. Can he jag another one? He tried it. It's out there towards Turnbull. Tried to get in and cover the goal square like the goalkeeper, Grange McMahon.
Very well there.
And he did really well with Grange McMahon. So, Turnbull pleading for a free kick.
Didn't look happy, did he?
So, got an arm on as Grange McMahon. So, good defensive pressure. Standing goal side. He's learnt in a hurry. And there it is. He tries to tow it off the ground. I don't know if that was the right option. Out there towards Lexi Bennett. And it is a minor score for the Magpies. So 69 plays 54, 10-9, 69 to 7-12, 54. 19 scoring shots apiece. So it's been pretty even contest. Of course, Belconnen responded. Oh, that's a poor turnover there by Grange McMahon. It's in the arms there of Isaac Taylor. Taylor puts it to the top of the square, dangerous position, straight through Dessa's hands, towed off the ground here. What will Lockie Harper do? He's leading the race in front of Ryan. He puts it back into the dangerous Turnbull. Turnbull over the footy. He tries to paddle it out there towards Delaney. Delaney gets the hands up quickly over towards Stowe. Stowe, the number one, gets it on his boot quickly, but intercepting that was David Cummins. Cummins drives it down the halfback, looking down there for Bierman, punched away there by Jordan, taken away by Darcy, impressed by his game.
Front and centre all day, Shea Darcy.
It's been a big emphasis for us the last few weeks, and he's done it perfectly today.
So he's following the instruction. It's great to see. Very coachable young lad. It's out there towards Bennett, Lexi Bennett that is. So out towards Denham. Denham on that little chip of the left foot. See out there, look at the Tide players out on their feet. They were slow to get up after that contest. They have given their all today. Don't worry about that. This has been highly entertaining. Jordan puts it on the left foot down there towards Turnbull. He kept his feet. You watch him blow away here, Ryan Turnbull. Turnbull comes around. He beats Cleaver, who has to hook it around now, does Ryan Turnbull, but the hook wasn't good enough, and it's gone out of bounds and a boundary line thrown. Still in a dangerous position for the Belconnen Magpies, but
it's a must score here. I think so if Belconnen can get a goal here, they're right back in the game, I think. But
definitely.
And just one goal is all you need, really, and then brings another couple.
So it's out there, and we'll follow it closely, and it is out there towards that of Isaac Taylor. He puts it on the ground. I don't think he's released the ball. It's like David Pocock just putting it over the back of his head in a rugby scrum, and you know, you'll get picked up for that sooner or later because he's made no genuine attempt to get rid of the footy.
A lot of players in and around it though.
That he did.
Gave him the benefit.
And there's a quick kick out by Harper. That's Lockie Harper. You can't miss him out there. With the nasal tape, Lockie Harper. So it's going to be brought in by Armstrong. And he's a little quick to himself this time. He gains a little bit more. He comes out towards Cummins. Cummins is marked there by Bunyan. So this is the all-important kick.
This one's
Sammy.
Got to go long.
Goes long down the line, looking down there for Askew. Askew and Cleaver comes back inboard. And it comes towards Bennett, Lexi Bennett that it is. Out towards Bradley. Bradley shuffled the ball forward. Out towards Delaney, but Clary stood strong in there. Out there towards Pocock.
Just get it.
But it's just
that's probably a win there for Eastlake, I reckon. Just getting it forward again.
Wasn't a clean disposal, but will do.
One thing that they have done well today, that the younger bodies of Eastlake is stand well in the tackles. They haven't. They've withstood the pressure, the tackling pressure that Belconnen have thrown at them. So, a couple of really good signs of improvement. And you know, hats off to the coaching staff. You know, must have been under pump early after they got pumped by Southport down there at Footy Park.
I think that's.
I think it's a great reflection of your character in the coaching group, so well done to them. And that's towed off the ground by Curtis. Out to the speedster in Turnbull, and I think he has said... Grange McMahon got a touch on that one, so well done, Grange McMahon. He has dead set run out of the square there.
I think I saw that one.
Grange slid about 20 metres there for that.
Armstrong with the kick out there. It's out towards Curtis. Curtis now toying with them. Curtis will try and put it back inside the forward 50, straight back to where it come from, but only as far as the boundary line.
Just on your on your last point, I think that's really something that sort of the coaching staff have been focusing on, is just the effort and the effort factor, just because obviously having young kids and experience, the skill level is probably not going to be there of what we're going to like. The structure might fall down sometimes, and we can deal with that, but as long as the effort's there, I think that it'll come. And it's probably a really pleasing thing about today. All the young fellas have sort of put their effort in all day.
I think that's any coach, any sporting organisation, that's all they really look for is effort. When you don't see effort is when it raises your eyebrows. So, that's a good turnaround from the Demons. Let's just erase that result there against Southport, because that's a free kick there to Belconnen, but they got away with it, so it's another rush behind. They are peppering the behinds, aren't they, at the moment, the Magpies. They don't need to be peppering behinds, they need to kick goals. What's he called here?
He's called a blood rule on Brucey, 100 metres away from the football.
No, Moody. No, Bruce.
Bruce.
But what's that blood rule come from?
His nose, I think.
So we can get an update around the grounds, of course. Southport beat Ainsley today up there at Southport, and the Hills Eagles continue their good season, and they've beaten the Queanbeyan Tigers at Bruce Purser. See if we can get a Rams under 18 score. They're playing the Tasmanian under 18, so looking to go back to back the Rams. Now it's play on. Armstrong taking the bit between the teeth, and a good grab there to Matty Channon. Got the big body in the way in front of Bosch.
No, the big giraffe. Lost his footing for a bit there.
And Adams just gets a punch away. So, and I think we've got a nail biter here. The Rams have hung on to beat Tasmania 8-9-57 to 7-6-48. So that's a great victory to the New South Wales ACT Rams. Of course, Jack Steele starring again. He will be drafted at the end of the season.
Great tackle.
My words. Kicked a couple again today. Continuing his good form and the Rams' good form. Could be the first one drafted from the ACT for a while, so let's keep our fingers crossed.
Barring Jason Tutt 2 years ago, 3 years ago?
It'd be 3 or 4. So, of course, he had a starring role against the Collingwood Magpies a couple of weeks ago. Kicked that clutch goal.
Finished with 2 or 3 for the game, I think.
Yeah, and that he did. Come back to earth last week. So, here at Star Trek Oval, what's the umpire called here?
Peptides are wearing off down here, I think.
He's going to call that back. But 10-9-69, 7-15-57, 17-minute mark. It is Aaron Bruce in front of Jansen. He's put the ball down on the ground. James Bennett needs to get his hands on it a bit more. Mahon just didn't overplay that. That was clever from Kirk Mahon. Well done, Kirk. He's just paddled it along.
I think it'd be very tough to get a deliberate out of bounds in conditions like this.
Especially with the number of players around the footy and the amount of pressure that's been on for most of the game.
Channon out towards Delaney. He's been good for the Magpies. He's tried really hard, Paddy Delaney, after he got the
just dropped that.
sheety break through under 23s earlier in the season. He's recovered well. Out towards Bruce, Aaron Bruce, the star of the show really, with 4 goals. Channon towed it off the ground. Went to ground in Jordan. Really needed to keep his trouble in that situation. So,
he's got it out.
It's out towards Bierman. Tried to hurry it out. It's towed off the ground there by Stowe.
Stowe loves this.
Goal. He's turned him around. But Grange McMahon, he's done really well, Grange McMahon, against the speedster in Turnbull. Which way will the umpire see this? Oh, he's paid against it. It's the first one for the day at that Ticky Touchwood situation. But it's the Hawks over the Gold Coast Suns. Hawthorn 116, defeating the Gold Coast Suns 63, so all the doomsdayers saying that the Gold Coast Suns not good enough, not in the Hawthorn League. They'll be your premiers in 2014, you mark my words. They're a super football club. Not that I support them.
Of course not.
No, Kangaroos for me.
Fan.
But
well done. Tim Cleary again. It's got to be
the
in the
kings
best
of the
three.
AFL, the Hawks. In drafting,
Just have a look at the list of players
Yep.
that've still got to come back in, and they're still putting teams away by that many points.
that's exactly right. And it goes down to the Spangers and the Kyle Cheneys and the Simpkins and those guys. That's where they're winning games from. And anyway, back to the footy here, and we can learn a lot about list management off the Hawks. Don't worry about that. And that's a good clearing kick there, and it's taken away by Cleary, but into the arms of Delaney. He's been one of Belconnen's best today. Has Pat Delaney,
risky
but he's
kick.
turned it over there towards Bruce, but it might come off still for Turnbull. It's out towards that of Curtis. Curtis probably needed to get it on the boot in that situation. Straight over to Bruce, to Moody. The long sleevers combined, the 1 and the 4, out towards Denham. Denham had a little poke at it, and now Denham has turned it over. Tried to get it through was Lexi Bennett. He's a tired
he's in
man, he's
trouble there, I
Lexi
think.
Bennett.
He's just flopped on that.
Yeah, called it right, Chris Robinson. He is in trouble. Free kick, Aaron Bruce. 20 minutes gone. Eastlake 10-9-69, Belconnen 7-15-57. Out to Denham. He's been one of the stars for the Eastlake Demons. Armstrong, Hayden Armstrong, the big number 19. He is a backman, don't worry about that.
Don't tell him that.
He is
a
a
great
backman.
kick.
Ryan,
Cross here.
Mike Ryan.
That'll work. Not so sure that's where he wanted to go,
That's
but
exactly
it'll
where he
work.
wanted it, I'm sure.
Out towards Askew.
Now he's just got to get it in. Big
the
Chad's
kick
got
and
to
the
get
Wizard
back
cleaning footy around today, aren't they?
and just pop it. That's ooh.
Out towards that of Jordan. Got his hands in the way. He's been quite good today.
York again,
It's
I think.
York.
Oh, that's a
Out towards Jansen. That's a skimmer. And it's going to roll out of
They've had
bounds.
a match-up change down there. York's moved from Bruce to Bierman.
Yeah.
Oh, and
Bruce
he's
has
to
got
get
himself
out of
around the footy.
York might have hurt himself with that kick. Or maybe that's the
He
the
kicked
old
the ground.
got a bit sore. Shanky
He
kick.
kicked
Yeah,
the
just a
ground,
bit
I think.
sore.
They hurt on wet days
That was a
too.
worm burner.
Out to
It's a great kick.
cleared away by Adams. Adams got it to the back of the speedster. Let's see Turnbull's speed here. Blistering speed. Grabs Turnbull. Gets it on the outside of the boot. It'll have
Doesn't
to be
have
a
a left foot.
superhuman effort.
Ball's found the
So-
only hard part of the oval. Bounced straight up into his lap.
So my prediction of the first goal win still might stand. So Belconnen haven't scored one yet.
We didn't put a tenner on it.
No, there was no tenner.
Tell you what, it might.
So round 13, Neefel. It is the Demons searching for their second win. Are they good enough to hold on? The Magpies searching for their third. So James Bennett peppering the goals. It's another out of bounds, so it'll be a boundary line throw in. So another goal. It's still anyone's game, mate. Don't worry about that. I see Big Mitch
all
Frail
right.
here, getting a bit nervous up here in the central commentary position, but it's out towards Des. I think the D's have done enough to hold on today.
Belconnen have been peppering. I think she's like to see the time spent in the opposition's forward half.
It's only going to take one or two to bounce the right way for them. We saw how quickly they kicked goals in the third quarter.
I think they've had their run.
Wouldn't be putting any cue in the rack yet.
No. We've seen a couple of cliffhangers here at Star Trek Oval in Monica. Don't worry about that. It'll go down to the wire. And it's shuffled away. It's out there towards the Belconnen forwards, and it's just taken away by Cleary. It'll be interesting to see how these youngsters hold up under the immense pressure here. So it's a great learning challenge as well, as they'll take something out of the day. Both sides with plenty of youngsters coming through the ranks, looking to develop their own players in-house these days. And community-based football is the winner. So here it's doing their best in front of the 73 Premiership side from the Monica glory days. Here today, celebrating a reunion. Great to see them all here. Wishing them all the best tonight at the club. Mitchell, wishing you all the best tonight in reminiscing about their glory days in 1973. So don't forget the Eastlake Long Lunch on the 25th of July with none other than the Skull. Kerry O'Keefe should be an entertaining day if you wanted to go along and listen to Kerry O'Keefe. He's very entertaining. So $120 will buy you a ticket, and that's a food and beverage package included in that. Plenty of auctions, plenty of memorabilia. $120 a ticket.
Simon Kadich as well.
And I think Simon Kadich is coming up too. Yes, former Australian opener, now with the GWS Giants in a mentor role. That he is. So back to the footy here. James Bennett gets a quick kick on the footy, and it's just dribbled through for a minor behind.
Good.
So I think they've kicked about 8 behinds this quarter.
Yeah.
They have.
So they have peppered the goals. But I must say they've been rushed. They've not had real clear shots at goal.
It's a great kick out. Just
so it should be. You step 2 foot over the goal square for the third
great
time.
tackle.
So it's out there, and they've just hung on grimly in the defence, and it's out there towards that of. I think it's Jansen out there, tried to tow it away out towards Jordan, got a quick handball away, needs to get it away off his boot quickly. Was
kick.
Adams, who's he put it to towards Taylor, but it was punched away there by Clowry. Clowry towed it away, and it's taken away by Denham.
He's almost legged now.
And it's Ryan Bradley. No, it's the youngster in McRae out towards Stow. The number 1, he peppered the goals. No, it's going to be chopped off there by Cummins.
Graham.
He's seen the clock at 24:49.
I think so. He pulled up pretty quick.
He's got up pretty quick.
Didn't have time to look at the clock there.
And that should be a free kick there to Delaney against Channon, but it comes back into the corridor, and it's out there now, and they get a quick kick off the boot, and this is going to land anywhere. Which way's it going? It's out there towards Bennett, Lexi Bennett. They've peppered the goals, and he's peppered the behind again.
I'd say that's the one that Belconnen probably should have kicked. Lexi Bennett, he'd be kicking himself. He's probably better than that. Had plenty of space by himself on his preferred right foot. You'd hope he'd get a bit better result than that.
And it's out towards Benny Scott, and it's just dribbled over the boundary line. There can't be too long
10
left.
points.
Must be about
3
minutes. So it'll be a short quarter because there's been not a lot of goals. So it'll be about 27-28. 2 minutes to go, we reckon, up here in the commentary box. Round 13, it looks like the D's are going to prevail. It'll be 2 wins each, and they'll be locked in 12th position. I don't know the percentages, so I think there's a make-up game in another 3 weeks from round 2?
Yeah,
round 2.
1. Yeah,
round
2.
Yeah, our round 1, yeah.
It was round,
our
you had
first
the
game,
bye.
round 2,
Yeah. So, anyway.
About hanging on here, I think, for the D's, if they can just hang on here for dear life, I think.
Wouldn't hate to see them hanging on down the other end of the field.
It's out towards Porter, towed it into there towards Jordan. Jordan got a quick kick away for there, and it's out there towards that man in Turnbull. Turnbull tried to handball back into the traffic as the numbers. Clary stood up in this last quarter as Timmy Clary out there towards Askew, as out towards Stow. Stow uses that pace, tries to take him on. He looks a bit like Salisi Uhai, for those who used to know the Belconnen Magpies. The number 13's out towards Stow. Namako Stow, and he got it towards that of Bruce. He's been the star today, Aaron Bruce. He stepped up when it's really mattered, kicked 3 vital goals in that third quarter.
That's a good kick.
It's out there towards Pocock, and it'll rush out of bounds. Can't be long left. 10-9-69 to 7-17-59. 10 points the difference. They'll go equal to 2 wins apiece in season 2014. Encouraging signs coming out of there at Kingston Oval down in Oxley Street for the Eastlake Demons after a collaborative approach through the beginning of the season with the Tuggeranong Hawks, which resulted in them gaining quite a few players, but just pushed off the footy too easily. Was Bone there by Delaney, but taken away there by Bennett. He hasn't stopped trying. That's Lexi Bennett out there towards Bradley.
Last roll of the dice.
Roll of the dice, and they get it out through here. He's got a break. It's over to Dess. Dess has got a break here on Armstrong. Now he needs to put it quickly into that of Ryan Turnbull, but that was the wrong kick. Kirk Mann, the man who's led the defence resolutely all day. Kirk Mann, take a bow. He got the fist into it. He is such an underrated player in Kirk Mann by the rest of the competition internally. I think he's rated quite highly. He has just continued to take his football to another level, has Kirk Mann. Great to see out there towards Dess as they tow it down there towards Harper, but Moody sees it over the boundary line. So it can't be long left. There'll be a stroke of a siren quite shortly. 10-9-69, 7-17-59. Goal umpire, boundary umpire throws it in, and it's taken away down there. And it is
lack of opportunities.
They have had the ball camped inside their forward 50.
Definitely be ruining a few missed chances. And goals that normally you'd say on a dry day should be guarantees, but even in the wet, I'd like to...
I think you kick at least half of them.
It's out towards Porter.
Jimmy Bennett.
But in all
Always made a high.
seriousness, Eastlake have been the better side all day. I don't think, other than the patch that Belconnen stormed home, I think Eastlake will run out deserved winners.
I think, early the first half, these were definitely had them. Belconnen came back quite nicely in that third quarter, and with
James
goal
Bennett
here,
kicking a goal here.
be
This
flooding.
has made it real interesting, so we might have spoken too soon. So it is
4 points in it.
4 points in it. The centre clearance is all important here.
Would be
I think
flooding.
time will beat them though. So it's been 28, 29-minute quarters. Here's where the leadership stands up, Mitch.
Yeah, you'd see. Looks like Ash Pocock's dropped back into the hole. I wouldn't be surprised if Chad Gibson drops back.
He hasn't
as well, but he seems like he hasn't. Now Aaron Bruce has gone into loose in the back line. That's
You got Moody, Smith, and Denham in the middle.
Here we go. The all-important last roll of the dice. Eddie Channon, he still hasn't lost a tap all day. It's out towards Bennett, out towards Porter, out towards Harper. Harper got it quickly forward. Which way is it? Mike Ryan, he dropped it in front of Will Bradley. They've got to hang on for dear life here. Aaron Bruce, he's not getting rid of it. It's gone, they're tunnelling it. And there's the siren. That's a great win by 4 points to the Eastlake Demons. 10-9-69. Victory over the Belconnen Magpies, 8-17-65. So well done to the Eastlake Demons. Go down and celebrate it, boys. So thank you to Mitchell Frail and Chris Robinson. Always a pleasure to have you guys here on neefle.com.au. So go and enjoy the victory and enjoy tonight, guys. So well done and thank you very much. So there you have it from Star Trek Oval. It is Eastlake getting their second win for season 2014. 10-9-69 against Belconnen, 8-7-65 in one of the games of the season.
Good call, boys.
Do more of this. Do more.
Switch it off. Thanks, boys.
Playing footy.
See you later.
Yeah, mate. Are you coming tonight?
Yeah.